Hey, this is Ryan Dungey, and you're listening to the Motoxpod Show.
What up, guys? This is Brent Duffe. You're listening to the Motoxpod Show.
Welcome to the Motoxpod Show, starring Darkside. It's co-host Scotty, sometimes TJ.
Well. Back at it once again. New show, episode 235 this week. We have an extra person in studio. You guys probably don't recognize them. We'll introduce them here in a minute. Going to be a fun show tonight. Our show tonight is brought to you, as always, by our title sponsor, Acerbis USA. For decades, Acerbis USA has been the leader in moto plastic and accessories. Products that fit perfect, look great, and last. Acerbis has what you need, whether it's full plastic kits, individual pieces, handguards, chain guides, and sliders, or anything else they offer. Visit AcerbisUSA.com and support our title sponsor. Follow those guys on Instagram and let them know you're listening. Check out the new metallic plastic kits that are out. I think I might have to get some of those. Be all shiny like the FMX guys. But Brian Fullerton is going to join us as one of our guests tonight. He's going to talk about the release of the metallic plastic and some other things going on. Also on board, co-title sponsor Racetech, which is the world's largest aftermarket suspension modification company. All Racetech products include award-winning gold valves, and settings are 100% guaranteed and made in the USA. Racetech also offers state-of-the-art precision engine services and parts to all engine builders. Visit racetech.com for more info and use promo code MOTOXPOD to save. Fly Racing's on board. They just came out with the 2022 line of kinetic mesh. I've got to get some of the white, gray. I still think that stuff looks good. It's going to look good with those new Alpine Star boots and the new Blue Crew. Can't wait. Should probably place an order today. Did not get it done. But you guys can go to your local dealership, ask for the WPS catalog, get whatever you want, including X-Brand Goggles, which has grown into one of the top private goggle companies for privateers like Kyle Chisholm, Ben LeMay, Ryan Brees, and many more, and as well as some of the GNCC guys such as Craig DeLong. They all choose X-Brand. You can hit me up also, DarksideMX3 at AOL.com for some pricing. I have a few pair of different models left. Works Connection is on board. I have a back seat full of Works Connection products. I got to get on that Blue Crew. Since the inception of Works Connection in 1989, Eric's Phipps' goal has been to produce works-like products for the general public. Use promo code MOTOXPOD20 to save on things such as the Elite Clutch Perch, the Pro Launch Start Device, radiator braces, and much more. Also, Torque One Racing, our jerky. I don't know if you guys have ordered your snacks for Hangtown yet. EatOurJerky.com, promo code MOTOXPOD21 to save. Berm Lords Graphics and Jersey ID. If you guys want new graphics for your bikes, you want your jerseys lettered, Berm Lords got you covered. Shock Socks, Williams Motor Works, Extreme Colors for your helmet painting. Blood Lubricants, the new Barracuda Blood line is out with multiple weights, better protection, better performance, and it lasts longer. Unless, TJ, you forget to tighten your drain bolt.
I mean, I have heard that there are people out there who would waste amazing oil by not putting their drain bolt in tightly.
Yeah, you know, this new guy, Scotty, he's like, man, you know, I've been here like a couple years now, and like I don't ever get nothing free. And we give him like half a case of oil, and he goes and just dumps it all over Swan MX.
Yeah, well, I mean, Swan does need some dust control at times.
That's what I was trying to help.
Just destroying the environment and his motorcycle at the same time. Power Band Racing is also on board. If you guys are running WP suspension, you're on the East Coast, they're down in the Florida area now. Hit them up, Power Band Racing. If you need more info, you can email the show, motoxpodshow@gmail.com. True Fusion Sports, that's Derek Kelly's company, is on board True Fusion Sports was created out of a necessity for products designed for recovery and performance at the highest level. TJ needs that after this weekend. I needed it a couple weeks ago. Last but not least, grill your ass off seasoning. Promo code MOTOXPOD to save. Dude, it's the summertime. Everybody's grilling out. You got to get you some Ma Deuce, some Willie Pete's chicken. I like the Claymore Cajun. Get you some seasoning. Get you some marinades at grillyourassoff.com. All right, this week it's episode 235. Coming on the phone in a little bit, championship winning mechanic for Christian Craig, Brent Duffe is going to come on. He hasn't been on in quite a while. Duffy's been busy working with Christian. Of course, he used to work with JB10. He's good buddies with JB. So we're going to talk to Duffy about what just an awesome season he's had this year with Christian. And, of course, Levi Kitchen is going to jump on. This has been a very heavy Star Yamaha, Racing Yamaha show over the last
I was thinking about that today when I was reading my notes. Like,
yeah, man, but those guys keep responding. You know, I mean, we were trying to get Jet on, and Jet's just busy.
we just get the best. That's what it is, I guess.
Right. You know, some of the other guys I've reached out to, you know, it's been tough, but all the Star Yamaha guys keep saying yes, so we'll keep having them. And like I said, Brian Fullerton's going to come on and talk about what's new with the Acerbis. Like I said, TJ's in studio. What's up, TJ?
What's up, man?
I think it's been about, what, Scotty, 9 months?
Were you pregnant?
It's been a minute.
Feels like it, right? And I think it was, it might not even be called the Motoxpod show the last time you were on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's been that long.
It's been that long.
Scotty's like the vet now, and you're the new guy.
I'm the new guy.
You're not even sitting in the producer seat anymore.
Nope.
Just relinquished your duties.
I got you.
He's like, you work the camera.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do crap for this show anymore.
Nothing.
But
you're not wrong.
But he got here early.
Yeah.
Got my Guts Racing seat cover on, my Blue Crew seat.
With the butthole.
With the butthole, as he calls it. So, yeah, TJ,
I will say we don't have a sponsor that conflicts with Guts, so we can give them.
Well, they are a sponsor of the wrap-up show.
But I'm saying of our show,
Yeah.
And they make great stuff. I've been putting their stuff on.
I don't know what you're pointing at your phone for. Oh, check my phone?
Yeah. It's the first time I've ever seen this new style of how they're holding on the two-stroke seats. And, yeah, it's...
Sorry, I didn't turn the main volume down for the YouTube. It was still set to my external speakers.
Oh.
let us know if that's better.
So, anyways, they what's it called? They did a really cool job how they made the seat fit this little, like I said, butthole down there that holds the seat on. I mean,
yeah, I don't know what the official.
I'm officially calling it the
title.
It's where your butt goes.
I kind of like balloon knot for butthole, so I'm gonna call that the balloon knot. Even almost, I don't know.
It's a butthole.
So it's a balloon knot.
That's like there's something wrong.
Why?
Like,
I mean, people call it the chocolate starfish, but I mean, it looks like a balloon knot when you tie a balloon and you look at the little thing at the end. Looks like a butthole. Balloon knot. Sorry to any children that are listening right now.
A balloon. I never put the correlation together, but
I don't think I see it in like anyways.
Yeah, that
Scotty,
was it.
I'm sure you got a balloon. Blow it up.
Well,
Scotty, what's up, dude?
what's going on, man? Just trying to fix the sound, you know.
Is it better?
Yeah, that was
okay.
it.
Yeah, sorry.
It was Dark Side's fault, guys.
Always
not mine.
is. Always is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know what to say. Look, what would it be if we didn't have a audio issue? But hey, Pulp had 2 or 3 of them last night, so it always makes me feel better when they.
Especially now that they're on like.
Hey, well, at
TV.
least we're not like kicking people off of the paid subscription that they had. Like, something
What
did
was
this
the
weekend.
deal? Everybody was
What are we
complaining.
talking about?
Oh,
Are you
when
talking
I
about
tried to
math?
watch
Oh.
the qualifying and the first motos,
Yeah.
it kicked me off like 6 times.
I heard that. I didn't actually try to
I'm
watch
like, I
live.
paid my money.
I was actually riding, but I heard a few people say that. They had a lot of problems. But
Well-
here's the thing. When NBC had problems, you never heard anything at NBC.
Yeah.
Mav was on social media, on Twitter, saying, hey, we know, we're trying to fix it. We're showing the race live on Pro Motocross's YouTube channel for everybody. We're showing it. We're trying. They're at least they knew there was a problem, and in the moment they were trying to make it better.
The only thing that because I was out at a race this weekend and we were sitting around watching it, and I was like, the only thing that bugged me was I was like, there's commercials and I'm paying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but
me
then
off
I
too.
found out that that's not normal. Like, it's
No.
not supposed to be that way.
They were showing the
TV feed.
the network feed
So that's, I mean,
because
now
of the app problem.
But now that I know that,
yeah.
But you think about this, think about like years back, you wouldn't have known that. You know what I mean? But
Sure.
now with social medias and all that stuff, like you said, they came on, they said what was going on, and that's awesome. And
The few people I talked to, I was like, dude, give them a week. Like once I heard that they were working on it and they were aware and they were like trying to fix, and doing other things, like, dude, give them a week. They're not like just saying F you.
Can somebody explain to me like why it's cheaper to pay per month than it is to buy it at once?
Yeah, Mark's actually talked about that in the YouTube chat last night on Pulp, that when you do the yearly, you get more content.
More motocross?
Not necessarily just motocross, but it's for everything. And I'm a huge sprint car guy and dirt tracks. So once I saw the MAV app, what was on there, I was like, oh, I might have to take a vacation.
Well, I just did the monthly, and there's nothing that I've seen that has a lock thing on it. Once I
well, he says there's more content with the yearly. Like you have more. There's more options. Like and I think that might be things like the Knoxville Nationals, which is typically the biggest sprint car race in the world every year. And usually that's a pay-per-view kind of thing. And I think with the yearly subscription, you get the Knoxville Nationals, you get the Chili Bowl midget race up in Tulsa.
They race like midgets.
Midget sprint cars, not
Mav
little
TV
people,
will cover
you big
anything.
dummy.
You're racing, we're covering
You know
it.
what? We're not. Midgets is considered not politically correct, but so is what I'm about to say.
Stop acting like an idiot. You're the idiot. Don't be an idiot. Changed my life.
I really want to use retard.
Saying idiot is not.
No, I wanted to go with retard, but then I decided to play the drop instead.
Like, God, we can't even say idiot anymore. Jeez, it's offensive to everybody because we're all idiots.
Offensive to everybody, somebody.
I'm not offended.
Yeah, I'm not offended either. Okay, so the map thing I think is going to be handled. Paula, quickly, and I know you want to talk about what you did this weekend.
No,
we'll get to it. But hey, before we go any further, this is the X-Brand Lucid Holeshot conversation.
Okay.
So this is the intro. We've been working on names, and different people have reached out for different.
I like that. Whoever came up with that, unless you did. I like it.
I had Lucid conversation, and if you give me 1 second, I can actually tell you who had the Holeshot idea.
That describes my starting. Every time I've had a good start, I've been in a lucid dream.
Steve Hall. Steve Hall, who helps me with the wrap-up show because Nick doesn't anymore. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah,
he actually had the idea of the Holeshot part. So, yeah.
And I got a whole shot this weekend.
Yeah, I almost did 2 weekends ago.
Dude, I always pull whole shots. I don't know what it is. Like, I can be on like a 125.
You don't when you race me.
I don't remember not. But
Swan, baby. The only couple times I always got you on that Swan.
Oh.
But you were on a 125 and I was on a 450.
Okay. Well,
but you were about to say, even when I'm on a 125.
But what I meant was, even when I'm on 125, I've pulled whole shots.
Oh,
before,
okay.
So.
Dude, I've gotten better starts on an 03 YZ250 than I have my new KTM 450.
I didn't even have a whole shot device this weekend.
Yeah, I need one of those.
I didn't have one on my two-stroke either. But
yeah,
I just got to learn how to start that thing to begin with. I don't know if you know, we just talked about the X-Brand Lucid Holeshot conversation. The final segment of the night, when we wrap things up, is the grill your ass off second helpings.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've heard that.
That one's good. That one, somebody else.
Okay. I thought of second helpings. I was like, I think somebody said that.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do want to announce last week we talked about these Motoxpod show stickers with the ponytail, and I asked for some emails of like, just whatever. Tell me something you would do to get one of these stickers, and there was a bunch of random ones. Most of them were like, oh, I'd cut my hair, or I'd cut my finger off, or whatever. But Brian Williford, you know what kind of gets my motor running. He's like, I have.
He's saying this as he's rubbing his nipples.
No,
he's looking at me in the eyes. It got really weird.
Rubbing my nipples. I was scratching is that my sternum?
Yeah.
But he's like, hey, I got amazing pics of my my lady friend's chichis. I'm not even sure what a chichi is. Or chichi.
You know what a chichi is.
Well, it says chichis.
Yeah,
so I'm wondering if I assume that's
got to be boobs.
Breastises, boobies.
Boobies.
So you're the winner. I didn't even get pictures of these chichis, but I just like the idea. Got you a sticker, Brian Williford.
That's cool.
So email me your.
How many of those do you have? You can't.
I don't want to say. No, I don't have many. You can have one if you want one. I gave one to Scotty last week. But Brian Williford, email me your address. I'll send you one out. I've had a lot of people ask. I've got to figure out how we're going to give a few of these away and not,
The ponytail's awesome.
Thanks to Decal Works for that. A competing sponsor, but thank you for helping us out.
Yeah.
Okay, Paula, real quick. Anything? There's a lot of good stuff, right?
Honda did really well.
They did okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think, Scotty? I mean, not bad for Honda?
Before we get into the actual the race
subjects.
thing, no, I'm just saying, am I the only one that didn't like the Honda?
Okay, we'll go there.
I didn't.
I thought that thing.
The retro-looking bike
I get what they were
with the
trying
gold
to do,
wheels?
but I thought it looked terrible.
I just thought they were just. I thought everybody that was on a Phoenix Honda.
Yeah. No, that bike's available for sale.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
There's the retro look, the stock look, and the what they call the factory, whatever the
Works Edition.
The Works Edition. Yeah, I don't dig it either. I'm not a fan. Like an 86, like the gold wheels were cool, but
yeah,
I
it just
like
looked
them on the modern.
It just looked weird.
it's not for me, but that's fine. People like it, and it will sell. And
Yeah.
Honda, I mean, props to Honda for giving you 3 versions.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. Like, I mean, a lot of companies aren't, they're not going to do that.
And Suzuki doesn't.
They just give you the version that was available 25 years ago.
Yeah, it is retro.
It is the retro version. Hey, they do. Here's the modern version,
It's
and it's also the retro version.
exactly.
Suzuki's the 3-in-1, but it's like it's like hey, it's like
God, I feel so bad because I've been such a
hair
Suzuki
condition,
fanboy.
shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and aftershave.
mixed
all in one.
You check like this. It's the same sales receipt. You can just check mark whether you want the retro or the modern. If you get the retro, you get a mullet with it, free mullet.
mullet.
But yeah, good props to Honda, man. I mean, I've been a Honda guy since '93 until recently. I still have my 06, and
But the crazy thing is everybody thinks Honda this, and I love Honda's quality. They make great bikes, but they really haven't been like winning.
no.
You know what I mean? Like this.
But I think a lot of that's rider issues, right? I mean, look at all the issues Kenny's had, and then Chase just keeps crashing. It's not like the bike sucks. It's just
you mean like the fact that it like any mistake that somebody makes, it punts them over the bars.
I guess that has been a trademark of that being twitchy. And there's no doubt, even like my 06 and my 15, there's moments that front end would just twitch. And be like, oh,
Yep.
what was that about?
Yeah.
I will tell you, in riding the Blue Crew, the Yamaha, this weekend and the 3 days I spent riding it with Kiefer, never a moment like that where the front end did something like I was like, ooh, what was that about?
They're like tractors, dude.
Yeah, it was actually pretty impressive.
I think your bike's the same since 05, so it's been.
No, well,
It's different
they changed
actually
a bunch
now.
of stuff
It's
in
actually
22.
different now.
Oh, did they?
I know
No,
motor-wise.
They
it's
put
changed.
they put a butthole thing in it.
Yeah, that's true. Too. It has a balloon knot.
It's got a butthole now.
It's got a balloon knot. Well, all right, we got about 13 minutes before we got to get Duffy on. 250s. Let's
Yeah.
go with 450s.
Yeah.
There's a lot happen. Kenny, was that a surprise to you? Because
No. Because he's,
I feel like he always does well
surprise,
at the
no.
first race. So
Yeah.
give me him doing that at round 3.
I was thinking 4 or 5, but
I was
okay.
thinking 3 Colorado because Colorado's really going to sap them when there's no
Yeah.
oxygen. I think then I will be like,
No
okay,
oxygen. Are they racing on the moon?
yeah, they're
The new Mad Skills.
Giant jumps are what you make. No, sorry.
so anyways,
Nobody knows the police reference.
Both are goobers. The
Both?
police?
Yeah.
As in like Sting?
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know
it.
that. I don't know that reference.
Walking on the Moon.
Oh.
Does have a song by the
so
police.
anyhow,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not Tool. I don't care.
round 3, if he can do that in Colorado, I will be like, okay, he's going to be better.
Yeah, I definitely am not confident that he will be like that all season. I mean, what are your thoughts on Kenny after one race?
And it's sad.
Scotty.
Yeah, he was that track is just kind of a different anomaly. I don't even know really how to differentiate it from the other ones. It just seems to always produce different results. And I think
for
that
the rest of the series,
I think the guy that I'm looking for the title now is Anderson.
dude, he looked
his-
good coming from the back.
Dude, like I was just watching
Shredding.
him. Like he
Yeah.
started in like 20, and like every lap he was just doom 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 doom.
Yeah,
And so yeah, I thought he was my most impressive, and then my second most impressive, but right behind that was Dungey. That was incredible.
Dungy did a lot better than I expected. I don't know where our notes are from last week.
Did he do better, or is he just the
The
question-
circumstances.
Yeah, the circumstance, and then also like I said, it's I don't know how to word this. Is he that good, or has a competition that we thought was fierce and all these guys were so much faster that it just hasn't progressed as much as we thought since the Ryans?
I think he's a phenomenal rider. Like he is as good as his results.
Yes.
I don't think his results this weekend were indicative of what's going to happen in the next few races because I do think Jason's going to be better. Eli's going to be better.
He's going to get better too, though.
Yeah, he will, but I don't know that his better will be the same
Trajectory.
trajectory. Thank you. That's the word I was looking
Percent pie.
for. Of Jason and
No, I'm not saying he's going to go win the title, but
So
I mean,
I still think he's 5 to 7.
I think
Okay, percent pie where Dungey was at his best of the best, whenever that
Okay.
was, right? How fast is he compared to that now?
I see what you're saying. I think that
don't know how
that
to
elite
compare
level
that.
has not changed that much.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think if
Yeah.
Dungey was at his top form that he was when he was racing Villapoto, I think he still wins.
I see. So
You think you think peak Dungey
can beat everybody.
peak Eli?
Absolutely.
I don't
know.
know.
I think-
And
I
like
think-
Dylan last year. I don't know. There were some races where
Peak-
him and RV went at it.
Peak Dungey makes peak Eli have to be consistent, but I don't think he's faster than peak
Oh,
Eli.
maybe that's true. Okay, I don't mean like just beat him on raw speed. I mean beat him for a championship.
His ability to
Absolutely.
be consistent is unreal.
I mean,
The numbers they gave like on Pulp last night, like what I think 221 race.
Yeah.
2 times at 21 races in a row, he was on the podium.
Yeah.
Like that's, or maybe it was top 5, but either I think it was podium. That's insanity. Like
and
that's
what I'm saying is I think Pete Dungey
yeah.
wins this title.
Yeah, maybe.
No
I mean,
question.
I can't argue with you. I'd
yeah, I
like
mean,
to be like, no way. But like, yeah, it's one of those things you really, there's no way to prove anyway. So you can't really argue it so much. But
yeah,
You
at the
can.
end of the
unlike In-N-Out is clearly better than Whataburger, that there's facts. It's proof.
Okay,
we're not going there.
hold on.
Uh,
Now that you said
But
that,
at the end of the day, he left for 6 years, came back top 5. Like
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, I saw your plaque. I'd be like, yeah, I don't even want that now. I'd be mad. I want my money back. That was his plaque.
The plaque for
Whataburger
this weekend.
sponsored
oh
race.
my god, that is the most backwoods country thing
most
I've ever
awesome-
seen.
It's the worst
That's
trophy
the worst
ever.
trophy. I mean, it's the best trophy I've ever had. I think.
Wow. Okay.
I like that. I like the little stickers, like the mayo, bacon, tomato.
What about
at
Chase
the
though? Like,
fries.
what about? Were you surprised by Chase's ride? Like I've heard some people say they were pretty. Like they didn't expect that out of him. Steve was talking about last night when Chase was on. It's like none of us really picked you for a title.
What- it
right?
was
And
weird.
I feel
It-
like
it's-
I was saying he's a guy that could win because if he doesn't crash, he's always one of the fastest guys, and at some point he's going to put the shit together.
before the gate dropped, I was like, I didn't think about it too much, but as soon as he like was up there, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it didn't surprise me. I was like, yeah, I should have picked him as my race 1 winner. Like, why didn't I think of that kind of thing?
That's a good way to put it. Like he wasn't on anybody's. Like it wasn't like a huge person on everybody's radar. But then as soon as you saw it, you're like, oh yeah, that makes
oh,
sense.
yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talked about Paula being different results, and like that track was pretty rough. Like it was baked, and like I heard a lot, JT and those guys talking on the review show about how bad it was, and it looked kind of like it did when I rode it, and I was like, I don't feel like that track's anywhere near as rough as our tracks get.
It's
Which
just
track gets
it's just
way
so
rougher
hard.
than that?
It's
Well,
just
just
such a
like the
different thing.
hard pack, like Swan gets just like that and gets
Yeah.
beat up, but then some of the tracks we go to that get way more ruddy.
Yeah, but the
And-
difference is that gets like square edged and
Yeah.
chug holes.
Yeah,
and
Maybe it
stuff
was
see,
just
I
my
don't
Blue
like the
Crew was
square
handling
edge.
it so damn well. I don't know. By the way, Race Tech, one of our sponsors, suspension went off to Clay Olson. Actually, it was supposed to go off today. It'd probably go off tomorrow, but up at PDR Performance in
Yeah.
Minneapolis. So I will be getting my Race Tech suspension here in a couple weeks. Looking forward to that. Just wanted to give those guys a shout out. Checkers, Clay, thanks.
Yep.
Anything else?
When's the last time manufacturer went 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 like that?
You should have looked those results up so you could have told us when. I don't know.
I just not thought about that.
That's got to
anomaly.
be back in the
That's
Honda
lack
heydays.
of prep for the show.
He got here at like what?
How was it?
6:27.
I think he was like early today. It was 6:25.
But was he ready? Like, did he get all this set up for you?
I don't know. I ran to get sweet tea, so I don't know. I was having a major what do you call it? Like when you need a hit or something.
Yeah.
Why am
Cat
I
withdrawal?
blank constantly?
You're
No,
jonesing?
not the opposite of withdrawal.
Jonesing.
Jones-
I was jonesing for some Chicken Express sweet tea, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Just gotta go. I don't really care that the show starts in 3 minutes. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Get some sweet tea.
Gotta get my sweet tea. Sweet tea, and it's kind of actually my cup's almost low, so we might have to pause the show.
I'm actually waiting for us to, when you start making the phone call, I'm gonna go top mine off.
Yeah, we need like a hot like a trophy girl to walk around and just top off our drinks. No, nothing. Okay, cool.
Yep. Moving on.
Christian
Moving
Craig,
on.
third overall.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Like, yeah, he was like 30 seconds behind, but he looked good. I mean, Eli obviously had some issues. I reached out to Jelly. Jelly's might come on next week. Couldn't do it this week. But like Christian rode great though. Like you can sort of say the same thing with him that you did with Dungey. Like he's probably not going to be third place guy every week, but you never know. Like that had to have built his confidence
Oh, he'll
because
top
he even
five.
kind of talked about that. Right?
He's a top 5 guy all year.
He looked good on that 450, which
he
he
you
always
could probably
does.
put Barsha and Anderson in front of him. That still puts him in 5th. So
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to Barsha?
Barsha went down
Barsha-
with Jason.
he did
Oh, he
that.
went down. Okay,
they
'cause
literally did the same
Yeah.
thing.
I think in Moto 2,
they were right beside each
Barsha
other.
ran into Jason in the first or second turn.
That doesn't sound like him.
And that's what took him
They
down.
would never do that.
I was just thinking about like, man, I just remember a couple of weeks ago when I almost pulled a whole shot there. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you guys.
I thought you did.
I think I was
No,
second.
that was me that pulled a whole shot this weekend. Never mind. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
in a cross-country race with like plus 38 or some shit.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
It's so weird.
We don't
He's
have
right,
time to get into
the whole
your
shot of the plus 38 class.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
what?
Well,
plus 38 to plus 38.5.
I'm telling
was two
you,
of us.
that was the weirdest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
you were
talk
born
about
in-
we'll talk about that in the grill your ass off second helpings.
That'll work.
We've got Duffy coming up. Anything else with Paula in general that just stood out? I mean, like the 250 class. Do we feel like Jet? Can anybody really run with Jet?
Hunter can. As soon as Hunter got
I
out,
hope so.
The second moto,
was
he
supposed
kind of had to get around Shimoda, but in the first moto, as I watched it, as soon as he got into second, the gap did not change for like 15 minutes. The gap stayed like the exact same. So if he starts with Jet, he runs with Jet. I think.
didn't get to watch every lap of all the practices and everything, but
I missed all that.
even the races, I didn't get to watch every lap of every race, but I did get to see the end when Jet went to go sit down after the race, and they had like him in the staging area or like before the podium.
Yeah.
And he looked like he just got through like taking a brisk walk. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that really made me like, oh, these guys are in trouble.
Yeah.
Because he and I heard on the review pod them talk about it, but like seeing it firsthand on like when like say when he's in the staging area, I was like, oh, these guys are in trouble if he's like that far ahead and is like not tired. He's so set down like, all right, guys, well.
Yeah, he seemed fine.
And that was second moto that I saw.
No. yeah, it's going to be a long season, I think. Like I knew Justin Cooper wasn't going to be like 100%.
Right.
Didn't think he was going to struggle as much as he did. That bummed me out. Moseman really didn't show much. That was kind
At
of.
least he finished. McAdoo and didn't make it.
Oh, poor McAdoo.
Jalik didn't make it.
Yeah. I feel bad for those guys. The 250 class is going to be thin, it looks like.
Is Jalik going to be a bust?
Man, I don't
He's
know.
got like one more chance.
It's not looking good so far.
I mean,
Like he admitted, like in Supercross, I got to get better in the whoops, and he didn't.
yeah, and he's really like cool personality. It'd be
Yeah.
great to see him do good, but like, and coming up through the amateurs, he was kind of one of those hard road kids, the kids that had to like work hard and struggle to get to where he was, and I thought that would build a lot of character, which it did for him, but I think there's a reason why he had to struggle a lot as an amateur because of he's struggling now.
Right.
So-
Right.
We
Go ahead.
we had Nick Romano on before the last week on the show, and we totally called him pulling a whole shot, leading, and then getting kind of
Yeah, you got to text him, tell him he got the Motoxpod boost because we.
Oh, yeah, I
we,
did.
we called that for
I
sure.
did. I texted him, and he said, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
That was his response. Yeah, you're welcome. So, if you guys jumped on the first to finish line of Nick Romano because of the show, more power to you. Or,
I didn't do one.
Good job.
I don't even want to talk about fantasy. I hate that game.
oh, I think mine was
And
like
I entered-
380 or something.
Yeah, I entered Industry
Well,
Idiots.
I don't even remember who I picked because I did it before I went riding.
Yep.
And once you go, I don't look at it
Nope.
until I watch the race, which I talked to you about what happened Saturday night. It
Yep.
was like midnight before I finally got to watch the race after
Yep.
the studio flooded. We can talk about that later too.
Oh, that's news.
Yeah. But by then your picks disappear on fantasy. Like you can't, like when you open it before the race or during the race, like your
Yeah.
dashboard is there. But once the race is over, that goes away. And I'm sure there's a way to go figure out what your picks were. But I didn't even look to see how to do that. I couldn't remember. I'm pretty sure I took Hartraft, who had a bad race. Pretty sure I had McAdoo, who didn't finish.
I didn't have Mac.
Like it was bad. But it is time for Duffy. So let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, we got our first guest on the line. He's going to be brought to you by Works Connection tonight. Since the inception of Works Connection in 1989, Eric Phipps's goal has been to produce Works-like products for the general public. With products like the industry standard Pro Launch Start Device, the Elite Clutch Perch, radiator braces, customized master cylinder covers, and much more. Just for your information, guys, I have all those products for my new Blue Crew. But it's hard to imagine you not going to worksconnection.com so you too can have what the pros use. Use promo code MotoXPod20 to save. Tonight, Works Connection brings us championship winning mechanic for Christian Craig. He went 3-3 this weekend at Paula. Brent Duffe, what is up?
I'm just soaking it all in right now.
Dude.
Just finished up a day of work here at the farm.
Dude, are this the millions of dollars and the ladies just throwing themselves at you, right now with all the championships and wins you've been racking up?
Man, I just wish I had time to enjoy it all, though. It's Supercross right into motocross. It's a big switch, so we're definitely keeping busy. But, man, it's a lot easier to put in long hours when you get the success that Christian got in Supercross and this weekend.
Dude, I'm so happy for you. I got to meet you a couple years ago, first time up there at JB10's race in Winterset. And, you were working with Justin at the time, I think, and working with your buddies, awesome. But you finally got this championship run, man. It's so rare, really, for a rider and a mechanic to get that connection and have that happen in their career. And it's just got to feel amazing that it's all come together.
Oh, it's unreal. Like when I first got into wrenching, I always, I knew every factory level mechanic's name. They didn't know who I was, but I looked up to all of them.
Yeah.
I dreamt of it, and then I start meeting people and my friends start clicking off championships and, you're really happy for them, but you're envious. Like,
sure.
Man, when can I get one? I'm putting in the long hours. I feel like I'm putting in the work, and it's so to finally get it. It's unreal. It's as good of a feeling as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. And I feel like every mechanic in the paddock probably is like, dude, I got to get to star. I mean, look at, Jelly's got a couple now, with Justin and Eli, and then, Matt, a couple last year got one, Matt Winters, and
Alex Campbell with Ferrandis, he's been
Dylan.
racking them up.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool, man. Like my work bay here at the shop is directly across from Ferrandis, and Justin Cooper is right next to me, and Eli Tomac right across. So when I'm in here in the shop, it's motivating to just look around and see, like, I'm surrounded by some great people, like champions. So it elevates you. It makes you want to work harder. And so to now finally join the club, it's so cool.
Right on, Scotty.
So today it seems like the rider mechanic relationship has kind of changed. It seems like that used to be something that was more of an involvement back in the day, and now it's kind of they have their own riders coach, they have their trainer. It's all kind of a different thing. Like, how is your relationship with Christian, and like how much is your involvement with his day-to-day program?
Well, so I met Christian years ago. I spent 6 years with JB, and 5 of those were on Hondas. So with Christian's past with Honda, I got to see him at the test tracks all the time when we were out in California. So it was nice to come here knowing like him and I knew each other. We got along well, and I don't have to do any of like the mental coaching or anything like that. My duty is to strictly keep the bike together, but it's nice to have that trust with Christian. I think it makes him, easier for him to do his job, knowing that I can handle my own. But I've got a lot of people that make my job easier. Like, in this day and age, mechanics. I know a lot of people say mechanics nowadays we got it easy, but
Rips
we
and graphics.
don't. Yeah, that's what they think. But
yeah,
they kind of put a little bit more pressure on us because since I have my own engine guy, I have my own suspension guy, I've got a crew chief, I've got everyone handling all this stuff. I'm not allowed any mistakes, and I mean, I'm talking. I can't have grip wire sticking out. Like, they hold us accountable. So it does make my job easier, and it allows me more time now to focus on building the complete motorcycle. But yeah, I don't feel like I've missed out on the era of Skip Norfolk and the 90s. Those guys work.
Driving the box
right?
van from track to track, and stopping along the way, maybe to ride the bike somewhere.
Yeah, I put in the work with my privateer days.
Yeah,
driving all over the country, but sitting on an airplane now, it makes it a lot nicer.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, dude. You like anybody the people that don't know you, like you were just one of the friendliest people when I met you up there in Iowa, and just every time I see you, you're always just such a nice guy, man. I love seeing the nice guys get some success, man. It's just so cool.
Yeah, thank you. It's hard to not be happy and not love life when I'm working on dirt bikes for a living, and I'm working with top level people and going to cool places. Yeah, it's definitely living it good right now.
Absolutely.
Hey, so coming off of the Supercross Championship in the 250, like coming to the 450, does that help with him and y'all not having like the Supercross burnout? You know, like it's like a whole new deal, or you know, you're not just on the same bike, on that kind of stuff. Does that make any difference?
Yeah, I mean, doing West Coast, it was nice because we were riding Supercross in either late October or early November. So we put in 8 months of Supercross riding, but doing the West Coast swing after, mid-February, we came back to Florida and we were able to put 2-3 weeks on the 450 mid-season. So we got to break up the Supercross training. But, while we were doing that, it was also, he didn't hop on a 450 and like he was doing 30s, but they weren't, at last weekend's pace because, we had a red plate. He didn't want to take any risks. So it was more so just put in the time on the bike and get comfortable on it. So I like Supercross. I haven't had to do the outdoor grind. See, Justin raced the outdoors in 2016. Otherwise, the summers were my lake season. So now
That's what I was literally about to ask that. Like I was going to have my next question was, how is it going to be for this year? I mean, like how many rounds in are you going to be like, this is just not worth it?
Man, well, if he keeps having weekends like last weekend, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead.
I was just saying it's hard to feel any kind of burnout because I was just talking with someone today and I was saying, man, Christian only finished off the podium one time so far this year, and that was Salt Lake City when we got 8th.
Right.
But he still stood on the podium and celebrated a championship, and so I'm not getting any burnout from it, and I don't expect myself to, but I'm also, the outdoors it's a whole new beast. I kind of forgot about how gnarly it was. It's fast paced and it's a long day.
Man, and the heat just adds to it. You're right. Like watching on TV this weekend, I was like, whoo, I was out there at Paula a couple of weeks ago, and, it's not as humid as where you are now and where we are here in Texas, but the heat will wear on you during the day, especially when you're working your butt off the whole time.
Yeah. Luckily we have really nice trucks to hang out in and fans running everywhere. So I don't know. It wasn't that hot in Paula this weekend, but I was saying, we were wearing jackets for a little bit during the day. And
okay.
It's cold. I said, well, remember this day when we're at Redbud.
Yeah. In a couple of weeks, it's going to get bad. Speaking of Paula, like, if I'm being honest, I didn't have Christian getting third. And being better than Eli and, of course, Dylan going down, like, it was really good to see another star guy step up. And Eli got better as the day went on. But I feel like it had to really boost Christian's confidence, and I know he's kind of a mental guy, right? He talks about being the stresses or whatever of the championship, and I think he's a guy that worries during the week a lot about the riding, the racing, and which Connor Fields has been helping with that. But I would think passing Eli and being better than Eli in the first round would boost his confidence quite a bit.
Yeah, and he's had such a good preseason. When we were talking a few weeks ago, we were doing practice starts on the 450 and said, what are the goals for this summer? And he told me, he's gotten 6th in points in 450 motocross. So it's like, I just want to get top 5 and I want to be up near the podium. Like, I'm a full-time 450 guy now. I want to show that I belong. And I feel like he proved that this weekend. Like as if he hasn't proved it in the past before. I think it's kind of, some people might forget the results here and there, but
you're right.
Go on.
No, you're right. You're right. I think that we do forget what he does sometimes. For some reason, maybe it's because of his, people give him a hard time about his age in the 250 class. Like, we forget about the results that he's put in at different times, and we kind of overlook him overlook the accomplishment sometimes and take that away from him.
Yeah, and he's a good rider. Like, you don't keep earning these rides just by luck. No,
you're right. I know a lot of people were the haters were like, oh, it's just because he got the Geico ride because of Paige's dad, and that's all BS. He worked his ass off to get it, and I'm a big Christian Craig fan here. I mean, I love Christian and Paige, so it was awesome to see him finally get it. But to be honest, I think I was equally as happy for you, as I've already said.
Yeah, thank you. When I talked to Star back in October about coming down here, they gave me the option of a few people. When they said Rankin was leaving, I was like, sign me up. I want to go with Christian. Like, I knew that he was a top level guy. And, I've been working with Justin for so long, and he's, veteran, super mature with a family, and it was an easy transition to come to Christian because essentially the same guy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his head on his shoulders, isn't like searching, freaking out on bad days, doesn't come off the track, after a bad session and blame the bike and swap all these parts out. He's either, I'm off today, or he doesn't freak out, doesn't panic.
Yeah.
He's just a veteran, level-headed.
Awesome.
So today with the bikes are so much more complicated now, and they're so intricate. When you're watching your guy out there doing his motos, what like part or component do you worry about the most? Especially when it gets like deep in the middle of like moto, dog days of summer.
Yeah, well, I don't have to worry about the engine, or I don't have to worry about anything failing on the bike. Really, the one thing we're worried about is setup. Just as long as the bike's working so that he can push, as long as, he's in shape. So as long as the bike's not working against him and wearing him out. So it's the hardest part, I think, is just setting up your bike to work everywhere. So you can, be just a little small adjustment away from making your bike work wherever you go. And, we don't freak out and throw a whole new suspension setting every day. We might just click around here and there and learn the bike during the week. But I'm not really watching as much as I am listening for anything that might go wrong. But I don't really worry about the bike when he's riding. I know I've built it well, and I've maintained it well, and I've got a good group of people behind me. They know what they're doing. So I don't worry about the bike when he's out there. I just kind of watch it and ensure that it's working properly for him.
So, and you may have said this before somewhere, and I didn't know, but are you going with him to Husky?
No, I'm not planning. I haven't even reached out to anyone over there. So part of my plan of coming here was, with Justin, we went from team to team,
right?
And it was nice because I was with him for so long that my life never changed. But I'm not trying to bounce around and follow a rider.
Gotcha.
That being said, Christian and I get along so well. I want to work together next year, but man, I wish that other teams were based in Florida, because I don't know, I wouldn't want to go back west.
So talking about that, like, we know that how Star is, they don't really care. They just want a rider who can give them their best at all times, and Christian's going to do that. How different is it with a rider? Like, is this like the first time you've been with a rider knowing, hey, they're going to finish this season out and move on? Like, how is that?
Yeah, it doesn't change my day to day.
Yeah.
It leaves a question mark in the air of, who am I going to be paired up with next year? But
right.
Also working with a program like this, I'm not concerned. Like, they're not going to pull some guy from B practice and tell me like,
right,
hey,
right,
good luck with him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I got faith in my team. Whoever they choose as a replacement, it's going to be a top level guy.
Well, I think that they kind of have a history of getting the top level guys, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool being on the inside now and hearing the names of people that reach out that are interested. Like, I always knew everyone wanted to ride for this team, but everyone wants to ride for this team.
Well, yeah. Give us some names that we don't know about.
Mitch Payton's calling to see if he can get on the team.
Hey,
like I said, I want to stay here.
Yeah, I offered my services to Coker and Mike at Salt Lake City, and I was like, hey, I got the 2-stroke now. I mean, if you guys need me, I'm here. But they didn't seem to really even listen. They were just like, yeah, sure, dude, whatever.
They might. Are you sure they have your phone number? Like, they may have entered the number wrong.
That might be it. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
thank you, Duffy.
probably,
Thank you. Made me feel way better.
Yeah.
Pass that along when you go into work tomorrow.
Will do.
Yeah, I got to get my suspension back first, but the 250 will be ready to go. Did you have something, Scotty?
Yeah. So and now I can't think of his name. Bobby Reagan's known for being kind of a character, kind of a different guy. So what's it like working for him, and what's your relationship like with him?
So my first time ever speaking with him was obviously on the phone, trying to negotiate a deal to come here, and he was really, really easy to deal with. But I also knew, like, he expects results.
Yeah.
So I had never met him until Anaheim won, and we had a meeting where he pulled a lot of us up to the office, all of us, and a lot of us new mechanics he hadn't met before, and reminded us of the team's history, everything they've done, and told us that he runs a tight ship and basically make sure all your bolts are tight. So it's really cool working for him though. The way he runs his program, he'll do anything to win, and that trickles down. It's if the guy at the very top will do anything, the guy at the very bottom is also willing to do everything. Like it's what time is it? 8:20 p.m. right here on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting outside the shop right now. Our flights got in at midnight. Like I walked in my front door at 1 a.m. I walked out my front door at 6:30 this morning, came in the shop, and all mechanics, we've been here all day, like, long travel day. And we're still here just working because we want to be better. We want to just keep on being at the top. So it's cool when we're surrounded by everyone that just wants to be better. And that starts at the top with Bobby.
What's like a good one-liner that he has?
Well, we had so many new people that for a while on the headset, I was, hey, Christian's mechanic. Took him a while. Yeah, it took him a while to learn everyone's names.
Well, with what the description you just gave us, we need to wrap this up pretty quick so you can get home. I think we got two more questions for you.
We have a listener question that they want to know about what parts does Christian Craig like break a lot on the bike, or is he easy on it, like that kind of stuff?
I had that in my notes, and I was like, I bet he's easy on everything. Well, see if we're wrong.
And then if he is easy on stuff, like what is he the most particular about?
I could see Christian not changing, like not actually needing a clutch for like weeks.
Yeah,
but maybe I'm wrong.
That's so funny you say that, because so for the last several Supercrosses this year, I ran the same clutch from press day every session. And I check it after every session. Yeah. And going into the main event, that clutch still looks brand new. Same thing with the 450 this weekend at Paula.
Nice.
We rode press day, we rode Elsinore for a day, we did all of the race day. Didn't even touch the clutch. Like checked it, the thing looks brand new. So he's super, super, super easy on the clutch. He's not particular about a lot of things. Everyone likes lever position.
Yeah.
But I can just prep the bike like normal and no complaints. It's
awesome.
It's so easy to work for. Like, gosh, it's nice.
I bet Jelly's super jelly.
I was gonna say I want to see the side by side because
I know Eli burns up some clutches and not the easiest guy to work for.
So
but
Jelly looked a little perturbed on the TV this weekend.
I texted him and he's like, dude, I was not prepared. I wasn't, and he said Eli was about to come back around.
Yeah.
So Jelly's gonna come on the show next week.
Duff,
I think.
are you gonna be prepared when
Duffy?
Duffy, sorry. You're gonna be prepared whenever you we get
when JT gets in your face over the
JT
camera.
Gets in your face on the camera.
I didn't know they were doing these mechanic interviews, but we have a TV playing in the 450 semi, and I saw Dan Casselou come on, and I was like, man, they're interviewing mechanics this year. This is cool. And then partway through the second moto, I was like, Christian's killing it. I wonder if the camera's coming around. Like, what would I say?
He's fixing his hair.
Yeah.
His beard's on point.
Just so you know, JT didn't know they were doing that either till like the last minute.
That's funny.
Yeah, he didn't know either. What you need to. Did we just drop something? Just give a shout out to the Moto X Pod show. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
I got one more, and I think Scotty's got one more, and we'll let you go. I just wanted to know, and I asked you this at Salt Lake City, but now that it's set in a little bit, you win a championship, and it's one of your best friends' last races in Supercross ever. Peak and valley, high and low of the same night. Probably very proud of him, but also like, man, I wish he was still going to be around. Has all that set in? How was that for you once you kind of like, I guess, accepted it all?
Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing JB finish out his career on his own terms. A lot of people don't get to do that. And
true.
He's a class act. It's so cool working with him as long as I did, because everyone was a fan. Everyone respected JB. So it was really cool to spend so much time with him and see it come to an end the way he wanted. And with Christian winning it, obviously I was super excited. And then you're happy for Justin, but you're bummed that the end is there.
Yeah.
But also, so we had the big celebration Saturday night, and then Sunday, Justin had a couple of his close friends and crew over the years. We all went up to Park City, and he took us out to a really nice dinner, and there was probably 20 of us, and it was really fun. It snowed up there. We had a snowball fight at the end of the night, so it was a really good way to close that chapter. It was really cool.
Good for you, man.
Mine was just the side by side between Eli's and Christian's clutches. That's all that was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, so someone's a little harder on him than the other. It's kind of like staring out your window at noon and at midnight.
Yeah.
The colors of them.
I love it. Well, Duffy, we're going to let you get home, man. Appreciate you hanging out there at the goat farm for a little bit to talk to us. It's been a little bit since we've had you on, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you, man. I'll see you in Lakewood in a couple weeks or a week and a half.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on, guys. I like telling my story, and it's been really cool. So it's nice to get the recognition from everyone for this, and it's a really, really cool point in my career. So
you're going to be on the line with him.
Oh, yeah, there's a possibility. Was Doc riding 450?
Oh, he's at 450. Never mind. That's right.
Yeah, I might be. TJ here, my co-host, his son is going to be racing Lakewood, so I may be going to the gate with him. Yeah.
Nice. Well, don't be like me. I realized a few days before I didn't have the little mechanic boots, pit bike boots, because it's been so long. So I had to call my friend Kenny Day, and I was like, Kenny, I need you to bring me some boots on race day. So
I may have to hit up Kenny or Danny. Danny actually hooked me up with some Tech 10s when I went out to Kiefer's to ride. So maybe Danny will send me the boots that Mathis makes fun of. I don't think I'm really going to need them, Duffy. I don't. I don't.
Wow. He doesn't have a lot of faith.
Yeah, hey, if Mathis makes fun of it, then it's really not that bad.
It's probably cool, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably pretty cool.
All right, Duffy, we're gonna let you get home, man. Thank you so much for having some time for us, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.
Anytime. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
All right, that's Brent Duffe. He's fun, man. I really regret that I haven't had him on sooner. He was on Phoenix. He worked for Phoenix Honda last year and didn't have him on one time. Should have had him on. That's on me. Good interview though.
Yeah, he seems like a really good personality.
Yeah, like I said, I met him when I went to Iowa a couple years ago to that thing, and he was just him and JB were just
where you
normal dudes.
On pit bike?
Yeah, where Anton worked me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even when he started backwards, he still worked me.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty bad.
It doesn't surprise me.
But the point is that Duffy was super nice. It doesn't really surprise me either. I mean, I don't claim to be very talented on a motorcycle.
And you're actually tall. And pit bikes, being tall is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel a little bit better, actually.
Yeah.
Me and T, I'm actually a good size for a pit bike.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah. This is an old story, but Scotty, I don't think you were here at the time. I didn't even know the bike didn't have a clutch.
Oh.
When I got on it.
You can get them with the clutch.
Well, I was just riding JB's bike. He let me borrow his bike. It was literally a last-minute thing.
Yeah.
I went up to, I think, Checkers, whoever it was that was running the thing. I was like, hey, you think we could do a media pit bike race? Me and Anton's here. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. And they got bikes together. They had to find me gear. So it was all thrown together. And I'd never been on a 110 pit bike, ever. So I definitely didn't know it didn't have a clutch. And when I went into the corner, I was like, it was just different. And then Anton was a sleeper on a pit bike.
Is supposedly really fast on
yeah,
bike.
but he worked me. I mean, they made him start backwards.
Yep.
I think it was Duffy was go before they threw the green, gave me a head start. Anton was backwards and still beat me in a 2-lap race.
Yes.
You just the clutch on a 110 is you find the little gap between first and second. And you just bump it with your foot.
All you gotta do is hold it up all the way up.
Yeah, just hold this shifter up and then.
Well, thanks for the info. Okay, commercial break. We'll be back with Levi Kitchen.
Not kitchens.
No.
Who said that? It was McGrath, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the broadcast booth to me was terrible. Such great guys.
It was okay.
The whole time it was just Wygant trying to rein these guys back on subject. You know what I mean?
The thing I noticed the most was I felt like Rick Johnson didn't know if he was the broadcast guy or the color analyst. He was doing both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just 3 people in the booth is too many.
I think it was
It's a train wreck.
If you have one guy come in for one moto and a supercross when the 2 other guys are used to working and you can work that person in, but RJ kind of took over a little bit and
RJ's fine.
He was fine. And even McGrath was fine at times, but Weege is the best at that almost.
Absolutely.
And he was having to hold back, and it was kind of a bummer, really. I texted him about it. He had thoughts.
He had thoughts.
Yeah, it was just like, his basically, and he said it on Pulp or on the review show, like when you have 3 people in there, it's just not, it just doesn't work.
It's cool that they're doing the different analysts kind of thing, but that's got to make his job tougher. He has to like figure out a whole new dynamic timing, what he's going to, like, the probing questions, what he's going to talk to about. He's got to know the history and all these guys to do that.
Can you imagine the people who don't listen to like the review pods and the people who aren't on like the social media? Like JT did before I knew anything that was going on, I thought, hey, he did decent for his first one. And then after hearing how bad it went on his side, he did an amazing job.
I texted JT. I was like, hey, man, I thought you did a really good job. I said, you're not anything pretty to look at, but I can get past that. And he's like, thanks. And then like when he started talking about all the issues, I was like, damn, maybe I need to go back. Maybe it wasn't as good as I thought it was. Like with all the struggles.
It could tell like he was
stressed,
distracted.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the review pod?
No, I haven't yet.
So Bondo, the person who tells him, hey, we're going in and out, he couldn't hear.
Oh.
None of those guys could hear anything Bondo was
He
saying.
could only hear when Weeds threw it to him.
Yeah, so Bondo would come on the radio to tell him to go do this, and it'd be like, bah, 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 and he's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, the
So-
cameraman couldn't hear it.
no.
And then one of his cameraman got roosted by Eli Tomac on the parade lap and had to go to the medic.
I didn't know where his camera guy
So
was.
he
Yeah,
lost his camera guy. It was.
so funny. Oh, by the way, JT's mom's going to be on next week.
I won't be here.
She was the AMA scorer for years.
Yes.
Super
She's gonna be.
So Cindy Thomas will be on.
Good. I'm not gonna.
I told her I wanted some stories on JT, and she said, "Well, let me check and see what I'm allowed to say." And I said, "No, please don't do that.
Because he'll say nothing.
Let's just tell some stories." So yeah, she's gonna be on. Just as a heads up, but let's get Levi on. All right, next up, brought to you tonight by Racetech. Racetech is the world's largest aftermarket suspension modification company. All Racetech products include award-winning gold valves, and settings are 100% guaranteed and made in the USA. Visit racetech.com for more info and use promo code MotoXPod to save. Tonight, Racetech brings us from Star Yamaha. We just had Brent Duffe on. Last week we had Romano on. This week we got Levi Kitchen, the chef, on. What's up, Levi?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How do you feel about when like McGrath or somebody says Levi Kitchens?
I've heard. Yeah, I haven't really heard it lately, but people were saying, I guess on the broadcast this weekend, they were saying it quite a bit. But
yeah, MC said it a bunch.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't mind it.
Right.
But,
Yeah, I'm sure you're used to it. It's funny.
As long as they're talking about you, right?
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Yep.
How do you feel about your 8th overall at Paula, man? 5.8. Not a bad race.
No, I'm happy with it. I mean, I think that's close to my best finish outdoors. I mean, I think I got in 5 or 6 races last year. So, I mean, to start out, that 5th in the first moto was definitely good.
Yeah.
And even the second moto, I think, from a fan's perspective or whatever, it probably didn't look great. But, I mean, I did come from, I don't know, me and RJ got together in the second turn, and there was only 2 guys behind me by the time I hit that dragon's back. So
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you came from pretty far back in one of the motos. Like, you had to work for it.
yeah, that second one I was pretty buried, and even the first one wasn't the greatest of starts either. I was around 15th, so that's the biggest thing that I learned this weekend is just I need to get off the gate. So
What do you think it is about the start? Because we know those Star Yamahas have everything they need to get out the gate first.
So basically, you're just throwing this all on him.
No, we're going to find out what his thoughts are there, TJ. But like Romano, we
is
told,
all on me.
we told Romano last week. I told him, hey, in fantasy, I'm taking you for first to finish line. I need you to get one, and he got it done. So, but what is it about the start? Do you feel like it's just something with technique? What is it you feel is the issue?
I don't. It's my technique at the race, to be honest, because I've been doing plenty of starts at the farm and everything with all the guys, and they're really awesome there. So I think it's more just I think it's a bit of a mental thing, and first race. I don't know. I'm still nervous. Like obviously,
Sure.
I'm not full on a rookie, but I think it's normal to be nervous no matter what. So I'm just not executing. That's kind of all, and I'm getting back on the seat. And,
Yeah.
yeah, there's no excuse because the Star Bike, I think, Holeshotted both motos this last weekend, and yeah, the bike should be is plenty good to Holeshot.
Yeah, we know what it's capable of for sure. Yeah, it's just. Well, I appreciate you taking. I appreciate you taking the responsibility for it, man. I think that shows a lot of maturity.
Yeah, it's all on me, but I'll get it figured out.
All right.
Yeah, I would definitely blame the bike, even if there, no.
Yeah, you were teaching.
But so where are you from? Like, where did you come? Like, grow up?
Washougal.
Stuff like, what are you? You're from? That's what I was gonna ask. Like, what tracks are you looking forward to going to? Is that like Washougal? When you like go to that track, are you like, this is my stomping grounds? You know what I mean? That kind of stuff, or like?
Oh, Washougal is gonna be insane. Yeah, it's. I'm definitely looking forward to Washougal, and I don't know. Like, I would like to say that's like going to be my track as far as like I think I have the best chance of doing well there, but I definitely know some lines there. I know how to ride it, but it's been so long. I don't get to ride it,
Yeah.
really much at all anymore, and for some reason, I've grown fond of ruts and super deep tracks. So obviously that one's a little bit harder to base, but
well, that's what happens training in Florida.
Excited.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I can't ride a track without ruts. Like dry slick, flat stuff. I can't make the bike turn. I can't do anything. So
yeah, that's my arch nemesis for sure.
So all you guys train together a lot, so y'all kind of match up and see where everybody's at. Going into this weekend, did it kind of surprise you that you were the best star guy at the end of the day, or did you kind of feel like you kind of had that spot?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I would say it didn't surprise me finishing where I did. It did surprise me a little to be, an eighth. Obviously, I don't know the last time Star hasn't been at least in the top 5 overall, but
right.
Everybody has their struggles, and those boys are getting it figured out. I know that. So, yeah, I mean, as far as my speed and everything, though, no, I'm not surprised, honestly. Like, lately I've been riding really well at the practice track, and, it's pretty quiet. Like, nobody really knows, because we're out here. So it's not like California where people are like, oh, this guy's going fast. But, no, it's been going well for me lately, and I expect even more than this last weekend.
Yeah, you just talked about, not being out in California. Like, I was in Cali a couple weeks ago, and I've never been to Glen Helen. Well, I've only been to Glen Helen to ride twice, never during the week. Just 2 weeks ago, I was out there on a Thursday, and I've always heard the stories, right, of the pros being out there with the kids in the 50s and everybody else. And, like, McAdoo and Shimoda and Bogle were out there that day, and and there wasn't hardly anybody else on the track. It was like 4 o'clock. I could not imagine middle of the day, 2 o'clock, when it's packed and being like, that's so ridiculous. I was a nervous freaking wreck that I was going to get in the way as slow as I was going of one of those guys and get killed, So like, I can't imagine being at your level and having to worry about that while also trying to figure out like, how am I going to train for racing at my level?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely, when we were out there, I mean, I didn't have any issues, but I know a lot of people have in the past, and
sure.
You can't do anything about it. People, it's good to see more people at the track, obviously, but no, it was definitely, being out here is cool. You just go to the track, do your work, and that's it, really. There's nothing else to it, So
I think it was a very smart move by Star, and the guys that were willing to make the trip, and like the mechanics that were willing to go made the move, and I think it was a good thing for the team long term. So yeah, I think it was smart. I want to ask you about your injury in Arlington. Fractured your tib and broken kneecap, as I recall. How are you 100%? Yep. You feel like, or is it still? Are there any effects at all lingering?
I would say I'm pretty much 100%. I mean,
okay.
I've always liked to. I'm kind of a runner. Like, as far as training, I like to run, and unfortunately, I can't run very well. So that's the only thing that really bothers it. And then, like after Saturday, my knee's pretty sore for a little bit, but. No, I've been on the bike for, like probably, I don't know, almost 2 months now. I think me and Justin got on the bike, if I remember right, about the same time. Yeah, it's been probably like 7 weeks. So no issues as far as riding. The first few weeks back, I mean, I couldn't take my foot off the peg because I didn't want to hit my knee on the bar. But,
yeah.
No, it's all good now as far as on the bike, but
Good to hear. Scotty?
I'm sorry. So
that was disgusting, whatever that was.
You gotta cut that out.
yeah, I'll delete
No, we're
that
not
later.
cutting that out.
Sorry.
Gross.
So coming into
Sorry, Levi.
that was my bad. I'm so sorry. So
He's hung up. He's out.
well, I got distracted. TJ's like, pull this picture up. I was doing.
Yeah.
I was
Come on,
doing-
Scotty.
Okay, sorry. So, how much different does it feel going into like a round one, like mentally, emotionally? You know, it's a whole different vibe. Everybody's starting at zero. Nobody really knows what to expect. So, like, how much different is that for you than like just another race weekend?
It's definitely a little bit different, especially like now this is my first full season. As far as outdoors goes, it was, I don't know. It was definitely not as bad. Like it's getting easier for me for sure. Even though it was the first round, I don't know. I was more excited than anything really. And like, just knowing that, I have this full season to learn. And, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's much different than any other race, but as far as, like I said, we're not in California. We're not where everybody is. So it's definitely a guessing game coming up to it. Like the first time I seen any of those guys ride was press day on Tuesday. So, but you can always kind of just basing off Supercross and, just the past, that, us riders, we kind of know each other. We know where we kind of stack up normally. So, I don't think there was any surprises there where people were at.
Right. You talked about, though, still being a little bit nervous at the start of a race, right? I mean, and then some guys that never goes away from, like, when you line up next to the guys that are on that gate, right, there's so much hype behind the Lawrence brothers, especially Jet. I'm sure a guy like yourself is probably sick of hearing about it. But a guy like Faulkner, who came in a number of years ago with so much talent, and there's still a lot of expected out of him. Do you have any nerves lining up next to any particular rider going, oh my God, that's so-and-so, or like, I'm not able to beat that guy yet? Or are they just another guy to you? Are you able to set aside the hype and whatever their accomplishments have been in the past?
Now I can, yeah, honestly, like I feel that, we're all, I'm just as good as those guys now, I feel. And that's kind of the mentality I go on with now. But as far like last year, it was definitely nerve wracking then. But no, I haven't raced these guys a lot yet. I don't have a ton of experience, but I wouldn't say no. Now I just look at them all the same, really.
I could see
That's
that
good.
because the whole 250 class is actually kind of young right now.
Yeah, I mean,
If you think
now
about
that Christian got a championship and moved up, yeah.
And then
I mean, J-Mart will be back at some point.
but I'm saying he's out right now. I mean, the class is kind of wide open for these young guys coming in.
Yeah.
So do you think about that, or do you just like don't you try to keep that out of your mind and just do your program?
No, I don't even. I think when you get to this level, like, I know like the spectators and fans or whatever, they're big on the age thing, but I don't really. Once you go pro, I don't think it's really a big deal. I mean, I couldn't tell you how old half the field is, to be honest.
I think that you kind of came into the pros. I'm not going to say under the radar, but you didn't have like the Adam Cincerillo from the time he was on 50 or Ryder D, the time he's on 50s, all this kind of stuff. Like you really came into the limelight in the B class, right? Like your last year of B?
Yeah, I did 1 year of B and did well then, and then did 1 year of A and did really well then. So, I was definitely a late bloomer as far as.
Is that what it was, or were you just like at home throwing motos down, like couldn't go to the races, or like what was that? Because my son was coming like in the C class. You were a couple years ahead of him, and you kind of like almost hit the scene out of nowhere. Like what caused that? Did you, like you said, late bloomer, or did you just not able to get to the races, or what?
No, I really. I was just still living in Washington when I was about 17, and I could only ride here and there. And to be honest, like racing wasn't everything to me then. Like I would ride on the weekends, and I rode a lot of bicycles and stuff like that. So it wasn't, everything for me. And then let's see, the end of the year in 2018, I did pretty well at Loretta's that year, and then my dad basically was like, well, do you want to go try to go to a training facility and, you know, make something happen, or do you want to be an electrician with me? And I was like, well, you know, let's give this a shot. So I moved to Louisiana and basically just started putting in the work there.
So basically,
with my old trainer Rob, and
90% of moto dads just slap their kid in the back of the head that they've been training since they were on 65s.
Yeah, pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be honest. I think.
And you went to Real Deal, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those guys are really cool down there, but it's not MTF. It's not that kind of stuff. So, I mean, like you had like I said, a meteoric rise to get to the level that you're at now. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I like it. I got a couple more questions. Yeah, sorry. I got a couple more questions for you. The next one, you don't have to give me a specific answer, and you may not give me an answer at all, but you kind of giggled when I talked about being sick of hearing about Jet. What I want to know is, like, are there any guys out there on the track that you're like, okay, you don't have to give me a name, like, I can't stand this guy? Is it Romano?
Honestly, no, not really. I mean,
not really.
During the week, I could tell you. I mean, all the team, like, you get pissed at each other.
Sure.
Obviously, like, I hate eating roost the whole motor, that's for sure. But
right.
No, I think so far, I mean, I've been raced clean, and I feel I race people clean, so I haven't had really any issues, and I can move past things pretty quick if I do. So
yeah. I'm not one of the guys that likes the drama. Like our buddy Danny Blair, man, he loves when there's a little bit of drama. I don't like that. I love, like, the fact that, like, Ryder D and Chance Hymas are buddies, you know, and I go out there and race each other, battle each other, and then be like, dude, good job, man. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm
the only way it makes it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Levi.
I was just gonna say, like, it's funny you mentioned somebody like Chance. Like, he was one of the dudes when I was racing and we had so much respect for each other. Like, no matter what, you know, he beat me, I beat him, whatever. I never had any of that drama. And it's funny because there is plenty of it. Some kids just, you know, don't get along with each other as amateurs.
Yeah.
But when I was, you know, doing good those last 3 years, there was really never a certain guy, you know, we kind of all got along. So now I don't, you know, all these guys are new, but I don't think I have problems with anybody.
Well, that's good.
But what I was trying to say about riding with your buddies is, like, when we all race each other, if my buddy is, like, beating me and then falls over, I go by laughing at him.
Yeah.
Like, is that is that you and Nick? As, like, if he falls down in front of you during a practice day, do you just go by, like, yelling and laughing?
No, it kind of just depends on the day. I mean, sometimes I'm like, thank goodness, but I don't know.
You're supposed to stop.
Depends.
You're supposed to stop and roost the shit out of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, if they tip over, you kind of just giggle and go by. But obviously, you know, those kind of, you know, at the track and stuff, somebody crashes pretty good. Obviously, we all stop and
check on them.
Yep.
Nice. Go ahead, Scotty.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was it to pass at Paula?
I'm gonna say, well, I don't. It wasn't very hard. I don't.
Came from
think.
the back.
I mean, I
had to come from.
You obviously made passes, but it did seem like maybe it looked a little one line. So I don't know.
2 weeks before, I went from the front to the back.
Yeah. So it wasn't hard for everybody to pass you.
Not at all.
No, I don't think it was. I mean, it definitely wasn't the easiest track to pass. And once you got, like, you know, I think it was. Shoot, I don't remember who it was. I had a hard time passing somebody. I can't remember who it was, but I don't know. There was definitely one fast line.
Yeah.
But the track actually moved around quite a bit, and I think my favorite passing spot was, you know, the middle triple step up, like the one everybody whips and stuff. Then you would go down. There was like that. You can go outside or you can go inside over the hump.
Yep.
That was probably like my best spot as far as setting up a pass. I'd usually go outside there, but I don't know. There was a couple places that the off camber down at the bottom before that steep hill, that was pretty technical. You could make passes there if you got good drive, but I don't know. You could pass, but it definitely wasn't easy.
Yeah, and just by the way, that triple step up is, to me, is called a double tabletop. So, yeah, that's how I hit it. Yeah, I almost died on the, I think that there was a double before that. Well, they changed it. I think I'm trying to remember where it was. It was after that. I think you do that, then you do the left, then you do a right, and there's a double, right? And then maybe it was okay. Yep. So when I was there, it was the double table, and they changed it for your race. But I didn't jump that double at all in practice. I was on a 2-stroke that I'd never even ridden. I just got the 2-stroke and hadn't raced in 6 months. And I didn't jump that thing. And then the first moto, the guy I was trying to pass, I was like, screw it, I'm jumping it. And I cased the ever-living shit out of it. And almost whiskeyed off the table that was there after that, and then that was pretty much it. My race was over. I was dead. Anyway, I know you don't care about that. I have one more question for you. I was looking through your Instagram, and on one of your posts a few weeks ago, I don't know how far back it was, where you almost crashed, and you had Metallica Ride the Lightning playing. Was that your choice? Yep. Was that your music choice?
My dad recommended that.
All right, damn it! I like your dad, then. Cool. That's a good pick. That's why
I like Metallica though. Like I listen to Metallica on the line, especially Bread Fan. That's one of my favorites. One of my dad's songs.
Good pick. That's that's a garage days.
Not the same old like mumble rap stuff that everybody listens to now.
Yeah, no, I listen to some of that, but a lot of grunge.
Okay,
awesome.
Favorite band?
Oof, I really like the song "Far Behind" from Candlebox, so I would have to go with Candlebox.
Dude, I just saw them.
Or Alice in Chains.
Well, we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to do another podcast about music. I'm like, now I'm fired up. I got fully waiting, but I don't even care.
Yeah.
I just saw Candlebox 5 weeks ago.
Sound check with him.
Well, I can't do a sound check. That's Steve's deal. Actually, Steve should do a sound check with you.
Yes, he should.
I hate that I'm going to give that up, but I think I need to text.
What's a sound check?
Mathis does a show every once in a while. He hasn't done one in a while, where it's called Sound Check, and he gets like your top 5, I think, favorite songs of all time. It can't be 2 from the same band, and he plays a little bit and talks about why you like it. But he does not like country, and he does not like hip hop, so he's kind of run out of guests. So you would be a good pick. But I love Candlebox.
And
shut up for a minute, TJ.
I thought you were done talking.
Kevin Martin is one of my all-time favorite singers. He has a side project called The Gracious Few, and another one called Kevin Martin and the High Watts. Fantastic, and they're so good live. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, being from Washington, it makes sense him being into grunge and that kind of music stuff. Yeah.
Never got to see Alice in Chains. Lane was one of the best singers of all time. Tragedy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're definitely. All right, one more, Scotty. We got to let him go.
All right. So
it's not about music. I don't care.
I saw that you did a lot of fishing. What would be your like dream catch? Like deep sea or like go and get
Monster Girl.
Yeah.
Dream catch, huh? Honestly, I don't think I really have one, to be honest. I mean, I want to go fly fish in New Zealand really bad. And
I know, you want to go like catch a marlin or something.
I've caught marlin, and I would like to catch a tarpon on a fly rod. I've heard that's unreal, but yeah.
I know
Chinese.
I know less about fishing than I do about golf. So
yeah, I don't even know what. Yeah,
I think I'm too ADD. Like going fishing like they do around here on a lake where they just sit in a boat. Like that doesn't sound fun.
Wait.
Like deep sea fishing, I think would be bitchy.
See, deep sea fishing is more like you kind of just drop on the line and whatever you catch, you catch.
Oh, okay.
I want
to go fight something.
He does. Well, you'll do that, but he does bass fishing, and like he said, he wanted to do fly fishing. That's more of like
working for it.
Lure, yeah. You have to kind of lure.
Yeah. That would be probably kind of fun. I just can't sit in a boat or sit on the side of a bank and just sit there. I can't do that.
Well, then fly fishing would be good for you because you're constantly.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're in the water, just going.
So,
okay. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe I'll take up golf and fly fishing someday soon.
About to say, growing in Washington, you probably did a lot of fly fishing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Nice. All right, Levi, we're gonna let you go. We've kept you probably bored the crap out of you over the last 30 minutes, but
old guys.
Really appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a bit since we've talked to you. Hell, it might have been at Freestone, or I think didn't you come out to South Central and did that? Was it the Halloween race with the Jason Anderson thing? Was that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit though.
Yeah, I think that was maybe the last time I talked to you. So appreciate you coming on, man, and we'll see you in Lakewood in a couple weeks.
Sounds good.
All right, Levi. Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Thank you guys.
All right. See ya. Levi Kitchen, man. These kids are awesome, dude. Like, again, I know I said this at the beginning, we've had like almost every star rider. Like we have Colt on, we had Justin Cooper on, we had Jeremy Martin on. Like every week is a star rider, but the team is just loaded with talent, and the guys keep saying yes to come on the show, and I'm glad we had Levi on. That was fun. Like I like the kid a lot. I didn't like I said that every week. Right? I like all these people, but
it's a really
he's
cool
in good
dude.
music.
Yeah.
He's easy to talk to. He's not just like a punk kid. Good interview.
I think hot take.
Okay.
By round 6 or 7, he's in the conversation. I'm not saying he's fighting for the championship, but he's
conversation.
He's in the conversation of the title.
Like affecting the points of the title.
No, a part of maybe not like he's 10 points or 6 points off the lead and he's in like a title fight, but he's like that guy that if a points like a DNF or something happens, he's right there. I feel like he's right there. I think there's a couple of guys that had to come through the back of the pack. He had said he did that both motos,
Yeah.
so those guys have speed.
Yeah, if you're not watching the ticker during the race or
That's what I watch.
timing, you may not realize some of these rides how good they are.
Yeah.
Right. He knows what
He
he's got to work
said he
on.
started in like
starts.
36 and he came
Right.
back to 8th.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's pretty
impressive.
damn good.
I noticed because those guys are passing the people that I have on my
Fantasy?
team,
Sure.
and I'm losing points.
Right. Foley says he's ready, but do we care that he's ready? I mean,
I've got his picture ready that he wanted.
oh yeah, he gave you a particular picture.
Yeah, that's why I got.
That's what we were working on over
Yeah.
here.
Oh, okay. All right. He
I
had
was
that-
in focus mode. And
I
tried
didn't
to
know he was so special. He had to have a special picture.
I didn't either, but apparently he.
Is that him? What the F? I don't know if I believe that's him.
It looks like him.
Why is he in JT gear?
That's
He works for Acerbis.
That's amazing. Look at the bike in the background, dude. That's legit.
Wow.
I know.
That was like last week too, I think.
Let's get him on and find out.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's take our last commercial break. We'll be right back with Brian Fullerton, otherwise known as Fully, from Acerbis USA. All right. Next up, our title sponsor is bringing this guy in. Our title sponsor, boys, is Acerbis USA. For decades, Acerbis USA has been the leader in moto, plastic, and accessories with products that fit perfect, look great, and last. Acerbis always has what you need. They are proud sponsors of Factory, KTM, Kawasaki, and many more, whether it's full plastic kits, individual pieces, handguards, chain guides and sliders, or I love their chain guides and sliders, or anything else they offer. Visit Acerbis USA and support our title sponsor and follow them on Instagram. And whenever you order, let them know you're listening to the Moto X Pod Show. Tonight, Acerbis USA brings us from Acerbis USA, Fully. What's up, Brian?
What's up?
What's up?
Can I call you Dark Side or do I have to call you Jamie?
You could-
Mr. Side.
You could call me whatever you want, I suppose.
Miss-
You are the guest.
Mr. Side. All right,
Mr.
Mr. Side.
We're not gonna. You know what? I don't really like giving into the Steve Mathis BS, Mr. Side. He doesn't get to decide who I am. He doesn't control me.
You can just look at your gut or your back, wherever that says Dark Side, your tattoo.
Yeah, on his
It's on my
gut.
stomach.
Oh,
It's terrible.
yeah, that's right.
It's one of the tattoos that I actually do kind of regret.
That's amazing.
Is that really sometimes TJ? Is sometimes TJ actually there?
Yes,
He's
sir.
here, man. He's sometimes
Wow.
here, and this is sometime this year.
Wow.
I'm having some time.
Yeah.
I genuinely think this is only the third time this whole year I've been in.
I didn't think it'd been that many, but I'm probably wrong
No, it's
because
been-
I
it's
bust
been
your
three-
balls about it so
It's
much.
been 3 times. Well, I gotta work. I gotta make money.
Yeah, I mean, you did pay for me to go to Lakewood to help Doc out, so it's okay. I'm not complaining anymore.
So that photo is circa 1993. That was my high school yearbook photo.
Oh my God, that's
that
your
is-
Senior
yearbook
pics.
photo.
Sorry. Sorry, senior
senior
pics.
pick.
Oh, okay.
I was like, how did you pull that? You just
Yeah.
wheelie in on a YZ in the middle of the picture day?
With the cap and gown.
Oh, that was my bike, and that was gear I borrowed from the shop I was working at the time.
Wow.
You know what? I just really looked at it.
What year did you say that was?
I actually have.
1993. I'm same age as you.
Yeah,
you old
same
man.
year I graduated.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It
Scott.
may not be that exact jersey, but I have one of my dad's old JT racing jerseys. It's the same color scheme. I've actually worn it in a race before. It's so cool.
I didn't
Yeah.
do that with the
Yeah.
senior pictures, but I had a brand new 93 CR250. I bought it with my own money from working at Brookshire's grocery store,
Oh.
and I had the Axo gear. I was in full Axo at the time.
Axel was the good stuff.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
I had a part-time job, man, and then I got some help from mom and dad for Christmas, and but the bike I paid for myself. That was my baby.
Dang, that's nice.
Not bad. Fully, what's up, man? What have you been up to?
Not a whole lot. Just working here and little rain, little snow.
Yeah.
Haven't ridden once this year, which you guys can all give me crap about that, but you know,
I really
it'll
can't.
happen.
I can't say a word.
We don't have any snow, and I've only rode a couple times, and that's because I finally somebody gave me a bike to ride.
Well, I
somebody.
rode Glen Helen in January, and then this weekend.
You rode Glen Helen this weekend?
No.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I haven't ridden since January yet. So.
Well, fully though, what I really want to know about is as our title sponsor, Acerbis USA, always killing it with the plastic and all the cool stuff. There's rumors you got something new out. I think Steve talked about it a little bit last night, but tell us.
TJ started spilling his guts and just telling everybody, my son.
No.
It's always about dock that.
That wasn't on the podcast. That was just for the.
Oh, that was on YouTube. Yeah,
for the 3 people listening on YouTube.
People should be listening to YouTube.
Yeah, we just last week in Apollo we introduced the new metallic colored plastics, which has like a silver flake in the actual the raw material, the actual plastic itself. So silver, black, and teal. And then Talon got the Club MX team, AEO Power Sports, Josh Mosman, who's Motocross Action. Yeah. Yep. They were all running it. And then the greatest guy ever, number 600, Connor Olson. I had him running it. He was running just the back end. Yeah, he's such a good dude. Yeah.
Even though he took my boots away from me.
Yeah.
In my moment where I was literally dying.
Took them off your feet.
Shaw's bike.
No, he called Skippy. He's like, I need these boots back. I'm like, what if I die right now?
And I already took them. I already put them in the booth. Yeah. They already stole them. But
awesome.
But yeah, so we introduced the metallic plastic at Paula. We got Mosman's going to run the first 2 races, I believe.
Yeah, sounds right.
And then the last Paula, first 2 on a Kawasaki, or first 2 on a Honda, and the last one on a Kawasaki. Oh, so he'll be running it, and then we're working on getting the freestyle people, all the freestyle boys and girls that we sponsor. They'll be running some metallic here soon, very, very soon.
You guys sponsor a lot of the big FMX guys like Twitch and I mean, the list goes on. Axel, I think Axel Hodges, correct?
Axel, Tyler Berriman, Vicky Golden, Taka, Winky, a lot of them.
Most of the big names and this stuff like
girls.
It's like I know there's some pictures and a little bit of video on your guys' YouTube, but it really doesn't do the plastic justice, I don't think.
It doesn't. But what we did was on a lot of those pictures, I mean, it's the graphics. Mm-hmm. So it's in what we worked with the graphic companies where it's like the clear overlay has a silver metallic in it. There's some, I was told today, that have like a hologram, so it looks like a rainbow.
Okay.
In the graphic.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is get the graphic companies to do the same type silver metallic flakes we have in our plastics, and they just do that on the top layer of the graphics in the clear.
Stuff is bitching.
Yeah, it's cool. It's an idea I had 4 years ago.
Oh, you're taking credit for this.
You know, if it sells well, I'll take the credit. If it doesn't, then it was decided by Italy.
It was Italy's problem.
No, way back in the day. No, 93 to 97, KTM had like a silver swirl sparkle metallic rear fender and side panels. And that's when I started with Acerbis. And since then, I've been wanting to do a metallic. I did metallic when the XR50s were cool, or way back, when the XR50 was out. Right before the Sierra 50, we did gold metallic, we did silver metallic. So basically just the same colors back then, to just bringing them into the newer colors like the teal and the silver we do. So it was an idea I had a long time ago, and COVID definitely did not help.
Yeah.
We were. I mean, it's definitely a risky color, but I mean, we just want to draw people's interest and just be different instead of being red, black, and white for a Honda. And I see you're wearing the metallic shirt.
I am.
Instead of doing black, white, and red for Honda, I mean, it's metallic black, metallic silver, and metallic teal.
I love it.
The teal color was the color Twitch came up with a couple years ago when we first started doing all these crazy limited colors.
Yeah, I think that's cool because I mean everybody likes to be have some individuality, right? Usually that gets done through some graphics or maybe a custom painted helmet from Extreme Colors. But now you can have these individual pieces of plastic, and you don't have to do a full kit, right? You could just do the back end or the front end, or or different things,
Yeah,
and you can kind of individualize it, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, and it's standard retail pricing. It's not like they're more or anything like that. So
Yeah.
they range from 179 up over 200 for the KTM Husky gas one. But all those pieces are sold individual. Same retail as the standard colors. So
Awesome.
Yeah, remember
yeah, but
Mark did that with the teal.
Yeah.
On that one
Oh,
bike, looked really good.
yeah.
One of our buddies. Go ahead. Sorry.
So
no, it's okay.
So with there's like an Acerbis USA and there's like an international, and I'm sure it has its different divisions. Like, is there like an inner company kind of like competition between you guys and maybe like the Europe guys, or like is there any kind of like, oh well, they did these sales, we got these sales? Is there any?
No, not really. I mean, Acerbis Italy is the Acerbis Motorsports or Motosports on Instagram, and then we're Acerbis USA. I mean, they own us. I mean, if we sell a lot of it, they're happy. They're happy if we sell what we tell them we're going to sell. They'll be really happy. But yeah, no competition or anything like that.
TJ, did you
Not
have
at all.
something? I thought you no.
No, I was just going to ask about like as far as this may sound really dumb to a lot of people.
Probably.
It probably will, but it's
Probably
okay. It's okay.
Like
So he
how,
knows. He
how
knows.
do
Get
you?
the button ready.
Oh, all right, let's do it.
Okay, go
Stop
ahead.
acting like an idiot. You're the idiot. Don't be an idiot. Changed my
Oh
life.
God.
So the question, like, how do you get? And I haven't seen these in person yet or anything, but how do you get the metallic to show through the color of the plastic? Is there like a clear layer in the mold?
It's throughout the whole entire piece. It's not just the top layer or anything like that. There's no layers. It's all one.
Okay.
So the actual flakes are in with the raw material. Like
Okay.
if you make a red color,
Mhm.
it's like X amount of 1,000 pieces of white versus
Right.
just X amount of 100, and it's little tiny BBs is what they look
Right,
like. The
right.
raw the raw polypropylene material,
Yes, sir.
and the flake it's just an added. What took so long, Talon was working with those guys trying to perfect the color. Was if you add too many flakes, then it changes the color. So I mean,
Oh.
I'm not going to give out our
Yeah.
secret squirrel recipe, but if you add too much or not enough, it changes the color. So
32 to 1 or
I guarantee
Yeah.
if you gave out the recipe, TJ would be trying to make it by tonight in his
he'd
shop.
go straight home and do it.
he'd
He'd probably make
be
it out
calm.
of like a 1978 Fiero, but
They
Oh,
didn't
that's
make
right.
They didn't make the Fieros in '78.
it doesn't
Oh
matter.
my
You get
God.
the idea.
83 to
Hey,
87.
TJ.
Yes, sir.
TJ, I forgot I was going to tell you. 1990s called and they want their hair back.
Ooh,
What's wrong with my hair?
that's
bro?
only joke
Gee.
to you now.
I can't say anything because I still.
Jamie already got the call. And he's welcome
Yeah.
to 2022.
Well,
Yeah, he's moved up to the big
It
leagues.
was welcome to 2022 YZ250. That's why.
Yeah. How's that bike?
It's
Sitting
good,
in the
man.
garage?
It's good. I mean, I
Looks
would.
good in the garage.
Yeah, well, it's actually at my buddy's shop right now because I pulled the forks off to send it to Race Tech today, and the shock.
Oh.
So it's just sitting for.
but he has ridden it since he got back
Yeah,
home.
I rode Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Dang.
Looking
Did someone have to start it for you?
Ooh.
The hell does that mean? Because it doesn't have an e-start? What? I don't know. I don't
Well,
get it.
It's a two-stroke.
But
You're
it
a
starts
four-stroke guy.
so easy. No, it
Does
starts.
it?
Yeah, it cranks so easy.
Oh, good
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
well-
I mean, I might need Talon to give me some pointers on how to ride a two-stroke again.
I don't know if he remembers. Love you, Talon.
I bet.
Talon's on right now, I'm sure.
I bet he could work me no problem.
Well, I think Scotty could.
Well,
In Excel?
I guess
in
that's-
Excel or actually writing?
I guess, yeah, that was a really dumb point that I just made. Pretty much anybody could work me most of the time.
I just made Scotty sound slow, and I think the last time we rode, Scotty was faster than me. So
Scotty's pretty good.
yeah, Scotty can ride good.
Yeah.
I just don't understand when you were racing. I don't understand why you didn't use the force to get better than where you placed.
Yeah,
I
just
tried.
part the other guys.
I tried. I just apparently didn't have control of the force
So you
while
haven't got-
trying to ride.
You haven't ever got a chance to ride with Darkside, and it is.
He was with me the day I almost died on Bradshaw's bike.
but not like.
Yeah, I brought him back to
Yeah,
life.
Let me rephrase it. You haven't raced with him,
Oh, okay.
and so
Yeah.
when you're racing with him, he has more ability to twist the throttle than he does skill, and so
I don't fully agree with that.
and
fully,
that's why he's
but-
always hurt. That's why he's always going down because
I
he.
mean, always.
Yeah, but at least he's not riding a 125.
Oh,
Well, I'm not either.
Oh.
I'm
Now.
riding the
You
250.
were?
he's running 250F.
I had a 125. I've had a bunch of different bikes, but
Well, we know that. And your Fieros and your Camaros. I know. The
So
mullet. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. So I guess
Caminos.
I actually do have an 87 Z28 with T-tops.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, I know you do.
I don't
Yeah.
know that I fully agree with what you said, but
It don't matter if you agree. You can disagree with the truth. It doesn't change the truth.
whatever.
Guys should arm wrestle.
He probably beat me.
Way too much sexual tension between you two.
Yeah, I'm about to say, do we need to get the tape measure out?
Scotty
Hey,
sits back quietly, or he
We need
knows
to
he
talk
just
to
gets turned
talent
to
and
him.
see when I can do. You know, when COVID thing first started, I got to do some really cool interviews from Acerbis Italy. Like I got to interview freaking Geyser. I want that
great.
interview again. How do we get? How do we make that happen?
I don't want to say it, but
Okay.
we won't have. Probably never.
Oh,
Because we're never gonna have a COVID.
yeah. Well,
We're never gonna be like locked
I
down.
don't need to have another COVID. I just need to get Geyser's number. That's basically what I was hitting at. Let's give me Geyser's number so I can get him on the show.
No.
He said no.
He said no. All righty.
Oh,
Well, how about
moving on.
this? Here's my second request. How about a chain guide and slider for a 22 YZ250?
I might be able to arrange that. I'll take that off the all the money we pay you a month.
So
Where have those checks been going? We did two part.
you've seen that platinum truck sitting outside? No.
Oh, your truck? Yeah. Okay.
So they what's it called? Those rear sliders are nice with the replaceable.
Yeah,
Because I can save
I
so
have
much.
those.
Yeah.
Because you save so much money just replacing the bottom piece
Yeah.
instead of the whole thing. I
yeah,
love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I still have the one. Well, no, the one on the 15 Honda went bye.
It's gone.
Yep.
I probably have one.
Yeah,
for
we'll get you
YZ at
one.
the house.
That's easy. Yeah, you can be our fitment guy. I can send you everything for a 2021 YZ 125 250. You can tell me if it fits the 2022.
Send it. Let's do it.
You got a
Easy.
big old
Care
smile.
package.
I love it.
I love goodies. I love when goodies show up.
I'll take that off the top. What we pay you a month. Yeah.
Well, what else you
No,
guys got going on, man? I mean, how's the Acerbis doing? I know
We're doing good.
Motorsport
Yeah, we're doing
sales
good.
were way up, obviously, like astronomical at the beginning of the pandemic. Things have started tapering off, but everything's still going well.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't really tapered off for us. I mean, we're
good.
still kicking butt and taking names. I mean, our inventory's doubled since where it was. So a month after we got hit by COVID, our inventory went down to a pretty low level, and we've been working with that since then. And just until like maybe a month ago, our inventory is up to where it was before COVID. So our inventory stocked up. The three distributors, Parts Limited, Tucker, Western Power Sports, their inventory is looking real good. All the big accounts, I mean, inventory is looking good. Italy's been pumping out quite a bit of products.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's real good.
Good for you guys.
It's just tough. I mean, for example, where the fuel tanks are made in the Czech Republic, a lot of those guys are actually in the Ukrainian war. So,
oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, so it kind of hits home on some aspects with what's going on over there, but yeah, that's kind of a sad situation. So but they're pumping out fuel tanks real fast. So they're just working 300, 24/7, 365 right now.
Yeah.
So,
That's something I might actually have to order too, because TJ just did a cross country type race. I think I want to try one. I might need an oversized tank.
Not for the Torn. For Torn, it's
Torn's not bad.
It's only an hour race, and my 250F had no problem with it whatsoever.
Okay.
wow.
So yeah.
Nice.
I felt like I could have used. Actually, I needed an oversized tank in that high des ride with Kiefer because he and Aiden both had water bottles full of mixed fuel for me in their little pouches they wear, their vests.
Yep. The fanny packs, the vest, the backpacks.
They had vests with like the pockets, and I was really jealous because I didn't have one. I didn't even know that was a thing because I don't ride in the desert.
And no boxers on. That's gross.
Yeah, that was gross. That was by
gross.
far the worst part of the weekend.
Yeah, definitely talk about that.
Very uncomfortable. But my
Yeah.
tank was definitely not big enough. We had to top it up, add some twice in that ride.
Yeah.
But well, cool. You got anything else?
No, I was just gonna say I don't like for the Torn races. I don't think you need an oversized tank.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, it was
Sometimes, and we sell quite a bit of oversized tanks for those types of races. I mean, there's some bikes that they get horrible gas mileage, and you have to have an oversized tank.
Yeah.
Two
so
things.
I think the YZ is one of them.
All right. Well, there you go. See, two things. The metallic plastic that we talked about, that is available for what bikes? I know it doesn't go all the way back to everything.
No, basically, the easiest way of saying is all current motocross bikes.
Okay.
So no EXCs, no XCWs, you know what I mean? Anything with a tail light, headlight. That's gas, beta, or not beta, sorry, gas, KTM, Husky. I mean, six bikes.
Okay.
And in stock, that's the thing is right now in stock, Honda gas, and KTM, and then Cowie, Husky, and Yamaha. They've already shipped, so they're just like a couple weeks out.
Nice.
But we'll have them all in stock. And like you said, and thanks for reminding me, all the individual pieces. There's a lot of individual pieces.
That's fantastic.
So you can mix, match, and everything. So
did I hear that? Did you say pit bikes too?
Actually, yes. CRF 110 black and silver metallic.
Oh yeah,
I need one of those. Not
Dude,
I like that, the plastic. I need a 110.
Dude, I love my CRF 110. It's probably one of my favorite bikes I've ever.
I have enough room in my backyard here behind me that I could put a little rut track in, that I could throw some laps in every night of the week and get in shape for my motocross future.
Dude, I love the CRF 110. It's probably the best pit bike that's ever been released.
Wow. That's
I've never ridden one.
Yeah.
Now I want one.
So all those bikes, all current motocross bikes, and then Talon will kill me if I say exactly what I'm thinking, but I won't, so I don't get fired. But there's some other colors in the works.
Well, hey, if you do get fired, Talon, I may be looking for a new job, so
Yeah, I mean, my position is janitor, so they are hiring. They'll be hiring for a janitor if I get fired.
Awesome.
It's a pretty big pile of puke.
I can do that job.
Heck yeah. But yeah, no. I'm reading the board here. No mini bikes, just all current motocross bikes. So, no two strokes, no two-stroke Yamaha, but the two-stroke obviously KTM Husky gas because they also fit the four-stroke bikes.
Gotcha.
But no KX65, unfortunately not the YZ125 or 250. I mean, you can put the front fender number plate and fork rods on those bikes from the four strokes. That'll fit just fine. That's what I was going to send you, Jamie.
Okay.
So, but yeah, unfortunately no mini bikes at this time.
Awesome.
But you never know. Things could change.
No, it's still really cool, man. I think it's going to be a good, I think it's going to be a good movement. I think a lot of people are going to dig it. I think the younger kids are probably going to think it's pretty cool. I would think,
that tail looks good.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
I mean, if Twitch runs something, there's definitely a group of people that want to look like that. That think that's cool. It's something different. It doesn't look like every other bike on the track. I can't imagine it not doing well. Yeah,
exactly. But I mean, you guys saw on the Instagram posts and stuff like that, the videos. I mean, you can really see the silver flake in the plastics, like on a video up close.
Yeah,
of course. But in pictures and stuff like that, I mean, you got to zoom in real close to see the actual flakes in the plastics.
Yeah, so that means everybody head to the Instagram page for Acerbis and
Acerbis USA. Yep.
AcerbisUSA.com.
Acerbis, not Acerbis. They were talking about that on Pulp too, like last night, like how to say it properly. Acerbis USA.
Gosh.
It's not that hard.
Chair.
It's Franco. It's Franco's last name.
Yep.
Acerbis, and the C is pronounced with a CH. So Acerbis.
Yeah.
Not Acerbis. Not a turbid.
I definitely always, as a teenager, always thought it was a Acerbis.
A lot of people in Texas can't say it.
Yeah, no, even when you walk them through it, they can't say
with
it.
your draw. Yeah, TJ still says it wrong probably with his draw.
He just does things to be different on purpose.
Yeah, I know. It's TJ.
I do not. Yeah. I just do things the way that I do them.
His name's actually JT.
Yeah, exactly.
His name's actually JT, but he just wants to be different. So he's like, no, it's TJ.
No, that's
Can we please change the commercial when we doing our commercial?
Well, you and I need to record it. Let's do that Thursday night.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we need to do it. I need to write something up. But yeah, I need to be changed for sure because Tyler Antonapp was one of those people.
He says Acerbis 5 different times.
I said it. We spent 30 minutes trying to record it.
But that would actually be a good commercial. Like saying it wrong and then being corrected over and over again would make a funny commercial.
Yeah. They
would be funny for you and I, but some people probably wouldn't think it's
They would appreciate it being said properly.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to say ass herpes on a commercial. Everybody sees it.
But we just
it's horrible.
That sound drop.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
All right, Fully.
Yep.
Anything else before we let you go, man?
Nope. You guys just keep doing a good job.
Yep. Well, thank you to you, and thank you to Talon if he's still listening. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show for the last few years. It really
bet, buddy.
means a lot. Got us to a lot of races, and someday we hope to take over Pulp MX, and maybe we'll be the #1 sponsored Acerbis podcast.
Heck yeah.
And
Wait, you already are.
And if we ever have an awards, his picture that we posted up for his, it's the best.
That's
so
a pretty good pick.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Borrowed JT gear. It was borrowed.
That's so funny. That's
even
so
better.
much funnier. I love it.
Even
Still,
better.
still the tags on too. We returned it. Yep.
It says on it is concept gear.
Oh, that's great.
Concept gear.
All right, Fully, we're gonna let you go, man.
Thanks, boys. Have a good night.
All right, see you, buddy. Take care.
See you. You too. Bye.
All right, thanks to Fully for coming on. We really do appreciate Acerbis. Such a great sponsor. Do so much for us. Quick commercial break. We're going to just throw a commercial in. We're coming right back. We're going to do the Grill Your Ass Off second helping segment, the Blood Lubricants cross-rutted segment real quick, and we'll wrap this thing up. We'll be right back. All right, that was our last commercial break. That was Scotty whining about listening to his melodramatic music and being sad. And if you're sad, then you need Torque 1.
Yeah.
Nothing? No.
All right.
Sorry, my free work wasn't good enough for you.
Hey, all of our work is free.
No, you're
Hey,
having to pay off that oil spill that you caused.
Yeah, but-
That's
oil
why I had
spill.
my stepdaughters come over to do that, so I didn't have to do so many. And
That's great.
all the guys seemed to like that. They were like, "Oh yeah, girls were good." I'm like, "I'm sure they were."
the chat room is like constantly everybody's like
Acerbis, Acrobat,
misspelling.
It's terrible, guys. They are our title sponsor, and they need to be respected.
But that's just like I said, it would. Somebody needs to put
Applebee's.
It says Agrobees.
This is the final segment of the night. The Grill Your Ass Off second helpings. Guys, I don't know how many of you cook, your wives cook, whatever. There is a seasoning at Grill Your Ass Off for pretty much every option. I love the Madu's, the Willie Pete's, and the Barracuda. That's Blood Lubricants. The Claymore Cajun. I use that stuff on my
I used the fajita one the other day. It was
vegetables.
good.
I don't have that one right now.
It was in my sampler pack.
Yeah, I use it the Claymore on like my green beans, or I'll throw it on my potatoes and just pretty much everything other than like desserts. But there's so many options with those guys at Grill Your Ass Off. There's some marinades that I haven't tried yet, but I've been told they're fantastic. Go to grillyourassoff.com. Use promo code MotoXPod. Get you some seasonings. Support the guys that support us. He's a moto-related business. He's Texas-based. He's a vet. So, yeah, go support Grill Your Ass Off. Let's start real quick because we have not done a Blood Lubricants cross-rutted segment in a bit. So, I don't know which ones. Some of these we've probably done before.
So it's our Grill Your Ass Off second helpings.
Well, within the Grill Your Ass Off second helpings
Is the cross-rutted.
the Blood Lubricants cross-rutted segment. This one came to me the other day when I was sitting in a drive-thru for way too long. And I get frustrated. I don't know what the hell the people in front of me take so long to order for. And then they get to the window, and like the person at the window never comes to the window for a while. They're holding, like, the drinks are sitting there, but they're not giving you the drinks. They're just
What establishment are you at?
any fast food place
okay.
in general. Like, I mean, this one in particular was McDonald's, but it could be any of them. You just, like, what do you feel the process of a drive-through should be? Like, I don't feel like I should pull up to the freaking order and wait more than a couple seconds. Like, those people should be like, hello, may we take your order? Like,
Was there a line, or were you the?
I'm talking about when you get to, like, when I get to the order spot, somebody should say something, like, at least acknowledge you are there. The person in front of me, at this moment, took way too long. Like, I don't understand. I feel like you could order everything on the menu as long as it took. Like, I feel like there should be a process.
So
A
whenever
quick process. Like, let's
so
go,
you
go,
work
go.
for the city.
I do work for the city.
If you had like 3 people with water leaks, all at the same time, you're gonna get to them as soon as you can.
Yes, but somebody from the city is going to say, yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. We'll be there as soon as we can. We're going to actually come by and look at
They
it
do
real quick.
that.
We'll go by and
I'll be
look at
right
it.
with you. They
And
do
we'll
that.
tell them.
They do that when you pull up to the.
No, there are times I pull up to the window and there's nothing. Like, okay, pull up to the window. You're at the window where they're handing you the food, and you can see your drink sitting there. And you can see those people in there
working hard.
whether they're working or talking. They're not coming to the window, and here's your drinks.
I mean, you pay for what you get.
Sir, it's going to be just a moment. you have no idea when you sit there for like 15 seconds. I'm very impatient, clearly.
This is the most like
do you
first
not
world
feel
problem
like,
I've
do you not
ever
feel
heard.
like customer service in general is very poor these days?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
It's,
I mean, that's the basic
but
idea of
it's-
what I'm saying.
okay. I work in the service
I
industry.
work at the service industry.
So it's a lot from the other side too. People's expectations and demands of things, which yeah, you may wait 30 seconds, but the person in front of you ordered, I want a Whataburger or whatever with a quarter of the lettuce that you put on it. I want 1 tomato slice. Put the pickles on the side. Can I get ketchup on it, but mayonnaise on the side? Like there's people that order food like that, and it takes them a minute to do stuff.
So, if the order is going to take a little extra time, when you get to the window, there's almost always a spot where they can pull you up, or there's also sometimes a couple parking spaces to the right that are for like waiting. If recently I've gotten the habit of saying like I want to get my French fries or even my hash brown. Can you make it crispy? Like I'll wait extra because it seems like recently fries have been coming out really soggy no matter where I go. I don't like them that way. So if they say, sir, can you please pull up? It's going to be a minute. I'm like, absolutely.
That pisses me off more than anything.
But it would piss me off a whole lot more if I'm sitting behind me and I'm having to wait because wants
your special order.
So
I got
pull
you.
up out of the way. Like a lot of places don't do that anymore. They don't move the car up to wait.
I actually
They do that. I do that all the time.
I actually was at Taco Bell today.
Okay.
I went into town. I said, Kathy, you want something? You want to pick up something for lunch? She's like, yeah, get Taco Bell. She loves Taco Bell. So I go to Taco Bell.
Oh, wait, hold on. TJ's Taco Bell order over or with the wife? So you got her food too. Over or under $11?
Under.
For both of them.
Had to be like 99-cent menu stuff. Like he's not getting her a meal.
Okay,
Well,
over under $8.
Borderline.
I got her.
That's usually the price of one meal now. So I would
I
say
didn't get a
two
meal.
of them.
I didn't get a meal.
But I'm saying
Me and
most
my
people,
girlfriend will go to Taco
one
Bell, and I'll
person
spend
you get a
16
value
bucks.
meal anywhere. It's
16,
like
18
$9
bucks.
now. So for
Yeah.
him and his wife, I'd say $8.
Total.
Yeah.
No drinks, no
That's
Baja,
actually-
no
that's
Baja
it.
Blast.
I-
Yeah.
Actually, it was less than that. It was like 6. So, anyways, but look, I go to the window. I'm the only person there. There is
Yeah, yeah.
nobody else because we ate lunch late. I pull in there, place my order, and there wasn't a wait, whatever. Pull up, and the lady gives me my drink.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I must have got a meal or
You
something.
got a drink and spent only $8 for the both of y'all? That's impressive.
Well, I got one thing off the dollar menu. So, anyways, and what did she get? Anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah. What happened at the window?
She said, "Okay, sir, can you pull around to the front, and we'll bring your order." And then there's nobody behind me.
you.
And I just like, as she shut the window. I'm glad she did because she probably would have spit in my food. I just lost it. What the? And so I had time. I had time to cool down, and when I did cool down, by that time she brought my food out, and I was like, "I have a question. Why did you make me pull around?" She's like, "Oh, because corporate times how long people are sitting at the window."
They were covering their
And so
booties.
if they move you to the front, then it shows on their time that they got you in and out quickly.
So that adds even more to my point. Why do they let you a lot of times
No, I
I
don't
just
know.
sit there and I don't understand. Like again, okay, there's multiple points within this drive-through conversation, but like when you pull up to the window, generally the drinks are ready. You can hand me my drink
That
if
happens
my food's not ready.
99% of the time I go
There's
to.
so many times I sit there, I'm like,
Well,
hey, can I get my drink?
You're also the one going. You're also going to these. I'm assuming corporate fast food establishments.
Well,
At the
I
one,
work here in White Oak, so in
yeah,
general,
you're going to the one in Gilmer and White Oak, Texas. Like
well, it can happen all over. I always have I shouldn't
all
say
these
always.
things that you
There's
say that
lots
I
of
don't have.
times
that
I have a
much of
drive-through
problem.
issue unless I go to In-N-Out. It's always perfect.
He
But-
just complains a lot.
Dude,
That's
we
probably
waited
true.
a hot minute for our In-N-Out in Glendale.
Well, yeah, because it's made. They make it like Whataburger. They make it when you order
Yeah.
it. But
So does Wendy's.
I just feel
I
like,
had Wendy's last night.
man, everything I get from Wendy's is not fresh. But I mean, when you ask for the spicy chicken sandwich fresh from Wendy's, it's damn good. But if you don't ask for it fresh, it's setting.
They're really
See,
good.
okay,
It's 'cause they
this
don't
is
cut
this kind
corners.
of goes into my point. Just to be the other side of what you're saying with fast food,
Mhm.
there's that people are asking way too much. Oh, can you make me I want a freshly cooked one. Or I mean,
How is that asking too much? I don't want one that's been sitting there for 20 minutes.
I mean,
That
they're
tastes
not
like
sitting there for 20 minutes.
there's an absolute difference in the way they taste.
I just think that a lot of people do too much and too many requests. I think that there's just too.
Oh my God, y'all are complaining about the most first world problems I've ever heard. This is the weakest cross-rutted section I've ever heard.
It's the opposite of what
It's
he's
an
saying. I'm
interesting-
saying
I mean,
his
it's a-
expectations of what
I
a
think it's a
fast
fun
food joint is
conversation.
doing is too high.
I disagree, but I do think when I pull up to the window, you can hand me my drink even if my food's not ready. If it's going to be a minute, ask me to move up
That
so the person
happens
behind me doesn't have to wait an extra 2 or 3 minutes when their food's sitting there getting cold.
I get my drink all the
I
time.
didn't get a
before.
drink today. I was just remembering that. No, she just told me to pull around. Sorry.
Either way, I don't know. There's instances.
People.
Here's what I do like. This thing makes my freaking day. Like McDonald's has the double drive-through, right?
Yeah.
If somebody pulls into one lane, they're sitting there, and I pull into the other lane, if I get out before them, it makes me so happy. I'm like, what the F, it's taking you so long to order. You were already there 10 seconds before I got
Dude,
there.
I'm telling
I ordered
you,
it and
man.
I got on.
Dude, I hear the most ridiculous things that people want to do.
Are we really still talking about this?
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
part of the
We're gonna keep talking about it now.
dude. Like people sitting at their table think it'll be middle of 7 o'clock on Saturday. Everybody and their dog is eating at dinner at 7 o'clock on a Saturday, and
You
they
allow
and they
animals
act,
into your
and
restaurant?
they no, actually I don't. But they seriously put off vibes that they literally give me the attitude that they're the only people that are in the restaurant right now. Like
TJ.
I go one at a time. Like I'm gonna refill your tea. I know you need more chips. I realize that your food hasn't come out yet. I'm
You're
working
here
on it.
till next Monday.
I leave Monday.
Let's go eat at his restaurant Saturday night. And
Absolutely not.
make it the
He
Yeah,
worst.
won't pay for it.
There's no chance.
It would be so much fun.
We
to
talked
make
about
his-
this. We were.
Doesn't matter. I'm not paying for
I've talked to him about this. I told him what a normal thing,
It's
a
like-
normal
it's like
dinner would cost.
$50 to eat,
He
there.
said absolutely not.
$50. I could eat for a week on that.
God damn it. Sorry. That's,
Are you buying?
buy mine.
You
Okay.
you can get a.
Let's
okay,
wrap this.
TJ, you can get a burrito as big as this computer
Ooh,
for $14.
That actually sounds like a good deal.
all right, I'm in. The last part of Grill Your Ass Off, second helpings, your race, Torn race. Keep talking about it. People may not know what that is.
Okay, so Torn
let's talk
is
about it real
a
quick.
s-
Let's
it-
go.
it's kind of a small series in the greater East Texas area, and they have it's like most of the tracks have like a little bit of motocross and a lot of like cross country, and they're hour-long races. They're shorter. It's geared more towards like I don't want to say this as a negative because I think it's actually a positive. It's geared more towards goons in a way, like people who
So you fit right in.
I did. People who aren't like hardcore racers, and I've got to get out there. And I mean, everybody was there to have fun. The weekend was so much fun. We signed up Saturday, our pit bikes in one of the big bike classes, and everybody was like high-fiving us as we went by. You know what I mean? Like it was like super chill. It wasn't packed. It wasn't like, anyways, long story short, that little series is really cool. If you're in the area and you get a chance to go to one of the Torn races, don't expect like a big motocross race is or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun. And I guess that leads me to the point of if there is these small series or small tracks in your local area, make sure you support those guys. If not, because they won't be around if they're not, So
How'd it go for you? I don't remember if we talked about this on air or not.
Saturday, we didn't. Saturday on the pit bike, racing that in a cross-country race was an absolute terrible idea.
Okay.
Because it was just chug holes that on the big bike you didn't notice. Right up them. On the pit bike with a little 10-inch rear wheel, every little thing. Like I was spinning the whole time, just going side to side, like weaving through chug. It was gnarly. I was exhausted. I went to bed and I was asleep by 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like I was just.
Yeah, I tried to get
spent.
you to ride yesterday.
I was still hurt. But
yeah.
and then Sunday, I had already signed up for Sunday's race, and I'm glad I signed up early, or I may not have went and signed up. And I rode my big bike in one of the, I don't know what if they call it amateur. So I don't know if that's like it's not beginner because they had like a novice class. So they have like novice, amateur, expert, and pro.
Yeah.
So I signed up in, I guess, what would be B class and had a lot of fun on the big bike. The only thing that pissed me off was I came around for the white flag and the race is timed. So you get like an hour race. So the checker flag comes out at the hour mark. And I came around on the white flag lap and there was 3 minutes, like 3 minutes and 4 seconds left. And I had to do a whole nother lap. And each lap was like 11 minutes long for me.
Sounds terrible.
So
I want to try one.
Yeah, you got to do this. It's fun.
Cool.
So
The lap was only 11 minutes. It's not a very long course.
No, it's not long. It's a lot of fun.
The one time I did a cross country race, it took me like 30 minutes to 30, 45 minutes.
TCCRA.
Yeah, it was, dude, it was.
That's gnarly. They're gnarly.
Dude, I didn't have bark busters or nothing. I was not ready. I was
Hand
not.
guards from Acerbis USA.
And that's what I run.
didn't have
Acerbis USA.
See, I told
Oh, got him.
Got him.
Acerbis.
Acerbis USA. That's what I use. So
Awesome. All right. Well, I want to thank Acerbis USA, Race Tech, Fly Racing, X-Brand Goggles, Works Connection, Power Band Racing, True Fusion Sports, Grill Your Ass Off, Torque One Racing, R Jerky, Berm Lords Graphics and Jersey ID, Shock Socks, Williams Motor Works, Extreme Colors, and Blood Lubricant Oil Lines, all part of the Moto X Pod show. I want to thank Brent Duffe, Levi Kitchen, and Fully for coming on. Good show, TJ.
yeah,
Guess we'll see you again in 6 months,
yeah, sometime.
something like that. Yeah.
4
maybe.
years later.
All righty.
All right.
That's
Somebody got that reference, I
I
promise
know
you.
it was SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I get it. I get the reference.
Oh, I don't remember that. Is that from the movie or just one of the episodes?
It was something that they did, like,
Every time they were waiting on something, it was 1 hour later, or if it was like it was supposed to be an hour, they'd be like 2 years later.
I don't remember. I guess I never caught on to that. I've watched a number of episodes, but yeah, SpongeBob was good stuff. What about Rugrats? Oh, God, that was such a good cartoon.
dude, okay, you want to hear like
Yes.
okay, so supposedly the Rugrats, like all of the babies are like
The babies.
are
the babies.
basically Angelica is schizophrenic and she like sees them. They don't actually exist. That's like the whole thing of the
So
show.
okay,
Oh, that's like Cars conspiracy too. The Carspiracy.
I don't know about the Cars one.
the Disney show Cars.
Yeah.
I don't know about what is that?
I'll go through it real quick so we're ready to get off here.
Sure.
There's sidewalks. There's doors on the cars. There's all these things that don't need to be there in a world with just cars. So technically, if you follow the timeline, Cars happened after WALL-E when the Earth got destroyed and all the people left and the little robot
yeah, 'cause
WALL-E is there.
Any Pixar movie is on the same. That's a whole like world like timeline. Like
And,
every like
I knew none of this.
and
This
then-
is interesting to
And
me.
then Mater, think about the
Okay.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
the
the
tow
tow
truck.
truck. Yeah.
He lives in a junkyard.
Okay.
Those are car parts. So he technically lives with a bunch of bones and dead cars all around him because those car parts are
Free bird.
like, yeah, anyways.
yeah like I
It's
know
dark.
that like so Frozen, the girls off of Frozen, Tarzan is their brother. They stayed and the parents went on the trip and that's when Tarzan was killed. Or not killed, his parents were killed and
His
he lived
parents
with
were
it.
killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like these are
It's a legit
these are
yeah.
just conspiracy.
No, those parts are actually real.
These
Like,
things like follow.
Pixar-
It's not real because it's a cartoon made by Disney.
well,
it's
I
not
mean,
real.
it's fair enough.
Oh, ending it right there.
It's so
That's
real,
it,
dude.
that's
You ever
it.
been to Disney World? They're
That's
all
it,
there,
that's
man.
it, that's it.
They're
We
all
gotta
there.
go. We gotta go. Don't play the. All right, that's it.
Later, guys.